Hello, how are we all doing? Welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Kee and we are live for Everton against Bournemouth in the Premier League Summer Series. It's the first opportunity, I guess, to look at a couple of new signings for both of these teams. Obviously, Everton, Tierno Barry, the big summer signing. I guess also you could look at Carlos Alcaraz as well. Charlie Alcaraz, he was at Everton on loan last year. That's been made permanent now. And he does start tonight. However, Tierno Barry is on the bench. For Bournemouth, again, opportunity to get a look at a couple of their new signings as well. Jordi Petrovic in goal. Completed a signing from, was it from Chelsea he came in? Big opportunity for him to... well, it was Strasbourg, wasn't it? Via Chelsea, I guess it's Chelsea-Strasbourg's effectively the same thing these days, isn't it? So Jordi Petrovic in goal for Bournemouth. They've also got Truffert, the left-back, Adrian Truffert, who came in from Rennes. He is the replacement for Milos Kerkez. So interesting to see exactly how these two teams perform tonight and how seriously they take the Premier League Summer Series. To date, they've had a couple of, run-outs, I guess. Everton got beat against Blackburn and they drew with Accrington. They're the only two pre-season games that Everton have played thus far, whereas Bournemouth have had two run-outs. They beat Hibs 2-1 and then they battered Bristol City 6-2 last week. So... Big opportunity, this one, I guess, for both of these teams to lay down a marker ahead of the new Premier League season. DJ Dan Mercury, looks like it's just us, mate. I know. Yeah, well, listen, to be honest, the live's not meant to start for another 8 minutes, so we're in early. Are we actually? Is it actually just me and you? I think it is. No, we got 4. We're all right. We got 4. It'll all pick up. Don't worry. But good to see you, Dan. How's it going? Before we do get stuck into the live, as always, I do just want to say a big thank you to our sponsors. These guys right down here, Match Bingo. If you haven't yet, please do go and show Match Bingo a little bit of love. They are sponsoring the channel. And they only continue to sponsor the channel if you do go and show them a bit of love. If you do go and, let them know, listen, I watch Premier League, Dad, I watch it. And it's, he's a good guy, Key. He's all right. I like him. He's a good guy. And I enjoy the watch-alongs. So if we want Match Bingo to continue sponsoring the channel, not guilt-tripping you, but that is the situation. If Match Bingo are to continue sponsoring Premier League Dad next season, then, I need people to download the app. So if you can, then please, if you do, listen, only if you like a bet. If you don't like a bet, it's not for you, stay away from it, not your thing. Totally no problem at all. I won't be offended, I promise. However, if you do like a bet on the football, if you do like a bet on the football and you do enjoy that sort of thing, as I do, as many of us on this channel do, we talk about it all the time, right? We talk about it all the time. Who have you got on tonight? Who are you backing? What's your prediction? If you do like that sort of thing and you have a little flutter occasionally, then you could do a massive favour, not just for me, but for yourself. Go and download the Match Bingo app. You can do so by clicking the link in my description. There's only another 48 hours, 72 hours to be able to do it on this channel. And hopefully they continue to sponsor us for the new season. As I say, if they do, that'd be absolutely fantastic. And it'll be a reflection of you guys going and showing them some love. So if you can go and click the link in the description, download the Match Bingo app, if you do deposit just £5, by the way, as you can see there, you get £10 free. You get a £10 bonus, right? You can go, every single one of those bingo cards that you buy on Match Bingo is worth up to 250 quid. So with that 15 quid, it gets you possibly 5, maybe 6, well actually 7 I think, 7 bingo cards you can buy. Each one worth 250 quid. There's potentially 1,500 quid for you there. Potentially 1,500 quid. I mean, I'm not saying you're going to win 1,500 quid, but go and have a little play. If you like that sort of thing, if that's your thing, go and check it out. It would massively help the channel and show them some love. They're growing incredibly quickly, Match Bingo. Over 10,000 players in the UK. They've paid out over £250,000 in prize money. And yeah, they're growing massively ahead of the new season. So Thank you to them for sponsoring the channel, and a thank you to you for going and showing them some love. And with that said, let's get stuck into the live. I'll go through the lineup shortly. In fact, we'll go through the lineups now. Why not? We'll go through the lineups now. Everton and Bournemouth. I've kind of briefly touched on the lineups, but we'll go through them. Why not? Why the devil not? Let me know what your thoughts are on this one. In fact, what I want to get your thoughts right now. Actually, let's talk through. Do we think? Engage. Right, there you go. That's what we wanted. There you go. There's a question for you. Let me know in the chat what you think. Which of these teams finish higher next season? Everton or Bournemouth? Let me know in the chat not only what you think, but why you think it. I'm really, really keen to see what people think next season. Obviously, there's lots of uncertainty about both of these teams, isn't there? Bournemouth are quite significantly down on what they were last season. They sold Kepa, or rather Kepa went back to Chelsea, now at Arsenal, of course. They sold Kirkez. They've sold Hyson. It looks like Zabarnyi is going. So that's effectively 4 out of their first choice back 5 last season that's no longer with the club. So it's all changed for Bournemouth. And you could say the same for Everton. I mean, they lose Abdoulaye Doucouré. They lose... oh, Christ, they've lost everyone, really, haven't they? They lost Abdoulaye Doucouré. They lost a load of the players in the wide areas. Jack Harrison went. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, of course. Ashley Young moved on. Lots of players that played a key part last season. You know, even Jesper Lindstrom and players like that. Jesper Lindstrom played a lot of games for Everton last season. A lot of games. And that's a big hole in the squad. Now, apparently David Moyes has said this week that he wants 9 players. Is it 9 new players he's expecting? 9 new players he's expecting before the end of the window. So, 9 new players. And do you know what? Fair play to him if he gets them. Fair play to him if he gets them. But he's going to need him because there's a big hole in that Everton squad. A very, very big hole. They've got Tierno Barry, they've got Beto, and they've got Chimiti up front. They definitely need some pace in the wide areas. And, you know, oddly enough, today we've just heard some big transfer news with Everton, haven't we? Asnu coming in from Bayern Munich. I think that's a pretty astute signing. That's maybe the type of signing that Moyes would have made many moons ago. You know, that's the sort of signing you'd have expected from a David Moyes sort of pre-Man United Everton era. An astute signing from a top team, maybe a player that isn't getting too many starts at Bayern Munich. He went out on loan to Valladolid last year. And yeah, Adam Asnu, Spanish-born Moroccan fullback. He will be competing with Mykolenko this season. So it'll be interesting to see how Asnu adapts to this Moyes squad, and maybe does he get plenty of games. I guess we'll see. And then Fofana as well. Malik Fofana today. Onyé Fofana is a fantastic signing. Well, I'm going to say they've not actually signed anyone yet. Well, they've not signed Fofana for sure. Fofana, they've not had a bid accepted from Lyon. There's no bid accepted, and they are, according to Romano and various others, they are actually just talking to Fofana. So there isn't any confirmation. There isn't any... You know, nobody's been signed per se. I think Asnu is very close to. But there's not even been an offer accepted for Fofana. There's every chance that Fofana moves on to a different team. Now, if he does go to Everton, that is quite a coup. That is an amazing signing, I would say, because there's a number of teams across Europe that would take a look at Fofana. Liverpool being one, funnily enough. And I guess it's just whether or not he prefers going and maybe sitting on the bench at a team like Liverpool, obviously in the Champions League and maybe a higher profile, or playing regularly at Everton, you know, backing himself to go and you know, showcase his talents at the Hill Dickinson Arena. And do you know what? Fair play to him if he does. I'm a Liverpool fan, of course. I wouldn't have any issue at all if Liverpool signed Fofana, but I'd massively respect that if he does. If he does choose to go to Everton or go to somewhere where he gets regular minutes, then fair play to him. You got to expect that. Sean Dyche, it's refreshing to see these kind of moves. Even if we can't get Fofana, it's still a great move. Yeah, that's it, mate. It's exciting, isn't it? I think that's the thing that Everton fans have been missing for so long, is it just feels like the team's been diminished so long with like any sort of excitement. You know, players coming in who are young and ambitious and exciting. Feels like Everton have always had to deal with the cast-offs for a very long time, you know. Look at that. Inns this summer. Tierno Barry's I think that's a really good signing. Charlie Alcaraz, you know, remains to be seen. Could be very good. We don't know yet. I guess we'll see. Mark Travers, again, an astute one from Bournemouth, funnily enough. And outs for Everton, Neil Maupay, Mason Holgate, Abdoulaye Doucouré, Begovic, Young, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, João Virginia. It's been a mad summer for Everton. DJ Dan Mercury, you mean Bramley Moore Dock? No, I mean the Hill Dickinson Arena. That's what it's going to be called. The Hill Dickinson Arena. Joe, how's it going, Joe? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. How's things? Right, I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring your TikTok. I apologise. I am focusing maybe slightly more than I should on the old YouTube. Mr. C, prediction for tonight, mate. My prediction, I think... People are going to say it's the Kopite in me. It's the Kopite. You're a dirty Kopite. I think Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth finish above Everton this season. I think they're the better team overall, even though they have lost an awful lot of... they've lost an awful lot of players. Everton have too. I just think Bournemouth are a better team. Yeah, that's what I would say. Bournemouth are a better team. Viz, bet you not watch my team, FC Ayanapa. I haven't watched any of the Cypriot League, mate. No, I haven't. Matt Carty, what do you think about Liverpool's amazing signings this season? Looking at Isak as well. Very impressive, of course. Yeah, very impressive. Tom Elliott, sorry. How long till kickoff? It is 27 minutes, Tom. 27 minutes. Have they announced the team? Yes, they have. I will put the team in the chat right now. I was going to put it up on screen, but I'll put it up on the chat. So, the Everton and Bournemouth teams are as follows. Premier League Summer Series. Man United West Ham tonight as well in this I guess a competition, tournament, whichever way you want to phrase it. But yeah, West Ham against Manchester United is, I think, a 12 o'clock kickoff. So I know you just talked there about it being a reasonable kickoff time. Not all of the games in this tournament are that. So, right, so for Everton, it's Pickford in goal. Let me just do that, because that's going to be much easier. Okay, so Everton team is Pickford, Patterson, O'Brien, Gay, Mikolenko, Garner, Alcaraz, Irabunum, McNeil, Ndiaye, and Beto. That is the Everton team. The Bournemouth team is as follows. It's Jordi Petrovic in goal. New signing for them. Truffert at left back. Again, new signing for them. Hill and Senesi at centre back, with Adam Smith at right back, as you'd always expect. It's a midfield of Brooks, Tavernier, Traore. Brooks, Tavernier, Traore. Brooks, Tavernier, Traore. Ouattara. Winterburn and Evanilson. That is the Bournemouth lineup. There you go. Caleb, is this game on Sky Sports? It is on Sky Sports. Yes, mate, yeah. Tom Bredesen, if Zabani leaves, then Bournemouth will have lost 80% of their back five players last season. I know, it's crazy, innit? 4 out of the back 5 gone. DJ Dan Mercury, like Liverpool were at the last derby at Goodison, were you 1-2-2? Liverpool were at the last derby? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. Liverpool won 2-2. We did not win 2-2. That was the last goal under the lights at Goodison, that one, Tarkovsky. Tom Elliott, Fabrizio Romano making 2 new tweets about Everton today, linking Fofana and Asnu. Well, apparently Asnu, we've just been talking about Asnu's medical is tomorrow. That one's pretty much done and dusted. Fofana, on the other hand, it's quite a way away, that one. Fofana hasn't had any terms agreed and no fee agreed with Lyon. So they've sent an offer, but there's a number of teams who've sent offers to Lyon. So again, it's Everton showing concrete interest, and I think it'd be really, really good for Everton if they did manage to get that one over the line. But there's nothing concrete just yet with that one. Ben, what business have Bournemouth done? Bournemouth have signed Adrian Truffert from Rennes. He is their replacement for Kirkes. So they've got him, and they've also got Petrovic in goal. Petrovic. Tom Elliott, who's our second centre-back today, what are you in line-up? I mean, you haven't really got an awful lot of depth, certainly at the back. It's looking like, I would imagine, it's pictured on Flash Scores and SofaScore, it says that Gay is starting at the back with O'Brien. So it's Patterson right back, O'Brien alongside Gay with Mikalenko at left back. And I think, honestly, if your Premier League season was starting tomorrow, that's probably the lineup you'd have to go with. I think that is the lineup you'd have to go with. Tarkovsky, I don't think he's on the bench. Branthwaite's out injured. So yeah, depth definitely an issue for Everton, for sure. Thank you for everyone that has, by the way, liked and subscribed. If you are new around here, remember we do live watch-alongs every single day. Every single day on this channel we do at least one watch-along from around Europe every single day. We did Liverpool and AC Milan earlier this morning. Obviously we're watching Everton and Bournemouth now. We're going to be watching more and more of the Premier League. More and more of the Premier League obviously we'll watch as that kicks off, but the build-up to the Premier League, lots of pre-season fixtures. We're also doing loads of League One, Championship, League Two games. The Carabao Cup kicks off next week, would you believe? We've got Barnet against Newport County in the Carabao Cup next week. That starts officially next week, so I'm going to be watching that. Tomorrow we've got Anderlecht against Westerlo in the Belgian Pro League. The Belgian League's kicked off. We watched Antwerp against Union Saint-Gilloise yesterday. That was a great game. And we've got Anderlecht Westerlo tomorrow. Plus, straight after that, we've got the Lionesses, England against Spain in the UEFA Women's Euros final. So I'm going to be watching both of those. Join me if you will. Give us a like, give us a follow, all that good stuff. Paul Hexham, what side, mate? It's on Sky Sports 1. Sean, looking forward to seeing Irabunam play more this season. I agree, yeah, I like Irabunam's a very tidy player, isn't he? Again, you know, he's Everton, it feels like they've got a lot of players who, like, almost so near but so far, if you know what I mean. Like, James Garner's another one. I really like James Garner. He could kick on and become like a John McGinn. Do you know what I mean? Like a really, really top, good quality midfielder, or he could end up becoming like a Lee Catamol. Do you know what I mean? Just like a bit of a... And I guess there's a few like that at Everton, it feels like. And on such a knife edge, David Moyes has always got a really, really good record of getting players to produce the best. And yeah, I really, really like what David Moyes does. So it'll be interesting to see how Everton kick on this season. Bryn, Tarks and Keane out, mate. Yeah, Tarks and Keane out. Branthwaite out too, of course. DJ Dan Mercury, if you cover a Crawley Town home game, I definitely won't be there. Oh, you're a Crawley fan, aren't you? Or Crawley regular at least. Stoner, Combat Vet, make sure you like and subscribe. Only 10 likes. Get those likes up. Cheers, man. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. We are 19 minutes away from kick-off here. Is that JJ Okocha in the snazzy shirt? Tim Howard and JJ Okocha. Is it JJ Okocha? My telly's a bit rubbish. It looks like JJ Okocha. D28, Stephen and Zonzi might make a return to Stoke after 10 years with him training with us, maybe at 12 million too. That's not bad. That isn't bad at all, yeah. Sean Wirtz isn't looking like a fantastic signing so far. Pretty useless v Milan. Pretty useless v Milan. What game did you watch? What game did you watch? I thought he was alright actually. He only played the first half. And he linked up incredibly well with Salah. He was really, really good. I thought it was quite a cute little... I mean, given it was only 45 minutes, it was alright. DJ Dan Mercury, I live close to the ground. I can see it out my window, mate. Nice. Quite a view. Caleb, I hate American stadiums. Don't like the look on TV, not the stadium. Oh, they don't look the look on TV, not the stadium. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Americans seem to do football or soccer differently, don't they? It's a different thing for them. Paul, can't join tomorrow for the girls. I ring my 80-year-old dad for a watch-along. Nice, I like that, mate. That's amazing. Love that. Mr. C, we've got a lot of players with potential. Sean Dice says you're describing the entire football club. Yeah, Everton on a knife edge. Could go either way. David Moyes could end up winning something with Everton or could be a bit, meh. Knife to a gunfight and all that. But I do. That was my... Again, I'm going to get called a dirty cop-out here. And believe it or not, I'd like to think I am not a totally... I'm a fairly balanced Liverpool fan. I can say, I respect Everton. I like what they do. I've got Everton supporting family members. I've not grown up hating them with an absolute feverish passion. It's not that kind of, rivalry with Everton. However, I did call this earlier in the season, or rather, I did call this towards the end of last season. I don't think David Moyes finishes the season with Everton. I think David Moyes leaves before the end of the season. And I think, in part, it's something that Everton fans will embrace rather than... I don't think Moyes does a terrible job or anything. I don't think they're close to the relegation zone or anything like that. I just think there's going to be a yearning for a shiny, new project manager, someone... fresh and exciting off the continent, almost exactly like the players that you're bringing in. Tierno Barry, Adam Asnu, maybe Malik Fofana. That sort of a look and feel in a manager. And Moyes, as good as he is a little bit old hat, isn't he? He is a little bit old hat. A fantastic manager of that, there's no doubt. But is he going to be the manager that takes Everton on into this grand new era? I don't know. He did wonderfully well last year. But I do just think that will... And again, it's only a prediction. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've got it wrong. But that's my take on Everton at this moment in time anyway. Ollie Allen, did you watch Liverpool get battered by Milan? I did, mate. Yes, I was watching it earlier today. Mr. C, we're storming the top half this season. You need some signings, mate. You definitely need some signings to do that. Tommy, what do you think of the Gyökeres signing, mate? I think it's very, very underwhelming. Very, very underwhelming. Yeah. Gyökeres is he's a 6 out of 10 signing. He's that kind of guy. I don't think he transforms Arsenal. I think he does okay. 15 goals next season, that sort of a signing. But he's not that player. No, he's not that player. Feels like people are basing most of what they think about Gyökeres from the fact that he got all these goals in the Portuguese league without really recognising that, I mean, any half-decent striker in the Portuguese league bags a hatful. They all bag a hatful over there. And then you look at, okay, well, let's have a look and see what he does in the other, the big tournaments against the big teams. Well, he got 6 goals in the Champions League last season, 3 of which came in one game against City. 2 of those were penalties. And they were again, it was against the City defence that had an 18-year-old centre-back, Simpson Pussy, playing in it. So I don't think you can put too much stock in it. And even if you look at his championship record, we keep going over this, but if you look at Gyökeres' championship record, it's really, really poor. I mean, hang on a minute. It's not poor. It's not poor. Come on. Sort yourself out, Kieran. It's not poor. It isn't poor. Let me rephrase that. It's average. It's average. He scored about as much as Adam Armstrong did for Southampton in the Championship. He scored less than Sammy Smodics did for Blackburn. He scored less than Andreas Wyman did. He scored less than Chuba Akpom did. He scored less than Ben Brereton Diaz did. And it's not like he was a baby in the Championship. He was 24 years of age, He's an experienced player. Mr. Ethan, I'm watching a nice bit of boxing. Enjoy, man. Enjoy. DJ Dan Mercury, I wish we had Dixie right now. William Ralph Dean. Caleb, are you saying Ekatike is better? Well, I think Ekatike getting 34 goals and assists in the Bundesliga at 22 is more impressive than what Gyökeres got at 27 in the Premier League. Yes, I do think it's that. Put it this way, Gyökeres at 22 was on loan at Swansea, played 11 games, scored none. So, yeah. Sam, when is kickoff? Kickoff is at 9 p.m. So we've got 12 minutes to kick off. 12 minutes. Caleb, start, bench, sell, Watkins, Sesko, Gyökeres. Watkins, Sesko, Gyökeres. Start, bench, sell. I would start Watkins, bench, Sesko, sell, Gyökeres. Make Britain great again. Are you watching Man United? I'm not, mate. No. Man United's past my bedtime, I'm afraid. Mini Moo, Bournemouth, of course. Surprised that's a question. Well, again, look at the viewing. It's not viewers. Sorry, the poll. The poll currently says Everton are going to finish higher next season. We've got a poll going on YouTube, by the way. Which of these two teams finish higher next season? Is it going to be Bournemouth? Is it going to be Everton? If you want to vote, go and get over to YouTube. Let us know. At the moment, it's overwhelmingly Everton. People seem to think Everton are going to finish above Bournemouth next season, even though there was quite a gulf between these two sides last year for most of the season. Finners Matty, centre-back is the one position that worries me for Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, I'm not overly concerned because I do think we sign a centre-back. We've sold one. I think we'll replace him. I think we will replace him. Joe got to get bed early and get in his Isaac bed sheets. Yeah, with Jamie Vardy bed sheets. I can't wait to get an Isaac. I'm like, well, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna get an Isaac shirt. I can't do that. That would be being far too smug. I'm a gracious winner. I am a gracious winner. I was saying all along, for people who are new here, Isaac was coming, and we had Newcastle fans giving me shit in the chat and telling me, no, you don't know what you're talking about, Hey, we'll see. Maybe he still doesn't. Maybe they still laugh at me. Who knows? Ben, how many goals would Adam Armstrong and Ben Brereton Diaz score in Portugal? Neither would score 8. I think they'd score all right. I think they'd get a decent number. But again, that's not the question, is it? That's not the question. Just because it goes that way doesn't mean it goes that way. Sean Dyche, I lack faith in Bournemouth just because of how many players they lost. Could you not apply that logic, though, to Everton as well? Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's gone. I know he didn't play a massive amount, but Harrison's gone. Lindstrom's gone. They both played quite significant parts. Decore's gone. Decore's gone. That's a huge loss for Everton, I think, in that midfield area. So no Decore, no Dominic Calvert-Lewin, no... Ashley Young played a shed load. I know he's 40, but he played a lot of games. An awful lot of games. Caleb, start, bench, sell, Ekatike, Sesko, Watkins. At this moment in time, I would start Watkins, I would bench Ekatike, and I would sell Sesko. At this moment in time, only right now, if I had to choose a game to be played tomorrow. But if it was a case of who do I want in my club, then it would be Ekatike over Watkins. Of course, Watkins is 30 this year. But he's a very, very good striker. Mr. B, curious, how do Everton fans rate Jack Harrison from Leeds? Want him back? I think most Everton fans that I've spoke to thought that Jack Harrison was pretty dreadful. Again, if you're an Everton fan in the chat, let me know. If you're on YouTube, let me know. Put in the chat, what do you think about Jack Harrison? But for me, I think, he was pretty poor for Everton, and they needed width, they needed pace. He didn't really bring an awful lot. And he's been on loan at Everton now for, is it 2 years running he's been at Everton? There's talks of bringing him back, but it looks like he's going to maybe stick it out at Leeds for another year. I think he's only got that one last year on his contract at Leeds. So, yeah, be interesting to see what happens with Jack Harrison. But it's mad. There's not really anything going on with Decore or Calvert-Lewin yet either, is there? Those two are still kind of loitering. As far as I'm aware, they've not got new teams. Certainly Decore, I don't think he has. I know Dominic Calvert-Lewin hasn't, because he's been heavily linked with Newcastle, hasn't he? And Man United. But Decore, I do wonder, maybe the longer it goes on, do we think there's a chance that maybe Decore goes back to Everton? I wonder. Isaac, opinions of Sesko to Newcastle, possibly. A very, very good player, Sesko. Very, very good player. He's probably the best replacement that Newcastle can get for Isak. The most realistic, anyway. I don't think there's any other striker on the market, and I mean on the market, that Newcastle could buy that is as good as Sesko right now. So yeah, I think Sesko's probably a very adequate signing for Newcastle, if indeed it does transpire that he's going there. And good luck to Newcastle. Honestly, I like Newcastle. I've no problem with them. I think if they end up with a front three next season of Gordon, Sesko and Wissa, it's a front three that can cause problems, isn't it? Hopefully we bring in Wissa as well. I think you do. I do think you bring in Wissa. The thing is, Wissa is effectively doing to Brentford what Isak is doing to Newcastle, isn't he? He's forcing the move. He's saying, I want to go there. So he's saying, I have to... You've got to do it. He's saying to Phil Giles, the Brentford chairman, listen, I am not going to kick a ball for your club again. You better do a deal with Newcastle. If you don't do a deal with Newcastle, then, we're going to fall out. And you're just going to have nothing but problems. So I expect player power usually wins in that case. And I imagine Wissa does end up a Newcastle player. Just as I imagine Isak ends up a Liverpool player. Invariably it is the case. I'm speaking from experience. I've seen it happen the other way with us. Coutinho, Sterling, Torres. We've had it happen to us as well. So there's a food chain in football, unfortunately. And when you're on the other end of it, it's not nice. When you're doing the eating, it's fine. But when you're on the other end of it, it's not nice. And we're all on the end of it. There's only Real Madrid, really, who aren't. And maybe Barca to a degree. But even Barca, once upon a time, had the best players pinched off him from numerous clubs, didn't they? Not just, Real Madrid pinched Figo, Neymar, he went to PSG. You could even argue maybe Messi went to PSG. Again, yeah, there's always a food chain. There's a food chain with everyone. Simon Vollier, how have Liverpool not broke FFP if they signed Isak? Because we haven't spent for the last 6 years, mate. We've actually spent less than Newcastle over the last 6 years. Believe it or not. We've spent comfortably less than pretty much every other top team in the Premier League. Less than United, less than Spurs, less than Chelsea, less than Arsenal, less than Newcastle, less than City. Certainly less than Chelsea. Chelsea are close to 2 billion in the last 6 years. They've sold very, very well, though. And that's the thing with Liverpool. Liverpool are good sellers too. So, yeah, there's no worry for Liverpool. If they do sign Isak, it's because they've probably sold Diaz, Nunes, maybe Elliott. That's another maybe 170, 180 million they can claim in from that. So, yeah, they've got players to sell. James Heaney, Everton get top 10 next season outside of the European spots. I think a lot of Premier League fans are underrating us for this coming season. Top 10. So outside of the European spots, you're going to have to finish 7th at the absolute. 8th doesn't get you Europe, unless you do it in the Cup, obviously. 8th doesn't get you Europe anymore. 7th possibly gets you Europe, and there's a chance 7th doesn't get you Europe. But 7th could get you Europe, and I can't see Everton finishing above 13 teams next season. I know you're saying they're underrating you for the coming season. If you look at where Everton are looking to improve, I feel like there's 8 or 9 positions. Moyes has said, isn't it today? Moyes gave an interview. He said he wants 9 new players for the season. 9 players. If anyone wants to see the lineups, they are in the chat. Can I pin them? I'll pin them. We'll pin them. Why not? I don't know if I can pin both of them, though. Can I pin both of them? I can't pin both of them. That's the Everton lineup, anyway. And that is the Bournemouth lineup. Okay. But yeah, Everton getting top 10 next season. There's some decent players on the bench as well, by the way. There, Tierno, Barry, Julian Araujo. Is that right? Julian Araujo's at Everton. Is that Julian Araujo? Everton. Is that who I think it is? No, that's been mixed up, hasn't it? Julian Araujo's a Bournemouth player. He's just been listed amongst the Everton substitutes. That's a cock up from Sky, isn't it? It's a definite cock up from Sky. Leon, do you think I could be a mod for you on YouTube if you need one? When the time comes, mate, I will look at it. I promise you. There's not really a massive need for one right now, but maybe in future, and I need one, I'll take a look at it at the time. But yeah, I'll at the minute, there's not really a massive need for it. Caleb, is the Premier League series just friendlies? Yeah, well, yeah. OJW, it's not Araujo from Barcelona. No, it's Araujo from Bournemouth, it's looking like. Julian Araujo. The only Julian Araujo I know is the one that plays for Bournemouth. So I think what they've done is they've mixed the two up. Jay, Copite, Mr. Negative, Dark Horses. Hey, I'm not a negative. I'm not negative to say Everton aren't going to finish 7th. Surely that's not negative. That's not negative, especially when you would admit, surely you would admit, you need at least, well, you're looking to, let's say you don't need, Moyes is looking to bring in 9 players by his own admission, right? Of those 9 players, how many do you think go into the starting 11? You tell me. Let's say I'm not being Mr. Negative. You tell me. How many of the 9 players that Moyes is expecting to bring in do you think go into the starting 11? And if it's any higher than 3, or even higher than 2, I'll be honest, if it's 2 or more, then how can you possibly say that the season that you're being underrated? How can you say that? Half your squad hasn't been assembled yet, by your own admission. There's still a lot of work to do for Everton. Asnu coming in probably doesn't start. I imagine Mikalenko starts ahead of him. Maybe Fofana, I guess we'll see what happens. Does that actually happen? Jay, 6 players, he's got 3 already. Tommy, do you think any of the 3 who went up will stay up? Yes, I do, yeah. I do. Pepe, come on you Blues. At least 4. Right, there you go. So you think at least 4 are going to be brought in and probably end up playing in the first team. Right, we're off anyway. We're off. I don't want to be called Mr. Negative. I know I'm a Liverpool fan, but I'm not negative about Everton. I'm not negative about anyone, to be honest. This is just what I think. It's not clickbait. I don't think it's unreasonable to think Everton won't finish 7th. Especially when you've got, by your own admission, a lot of work to do in the squad. Listen, we shall see. If there's a lot of players come in, then, you know, fair play to Everton. Fair play to Moyes. I like Moyes. For the Blue. He's alright. Sunderland will stay up. Haha, copite. Don't be throwing cags around at me. K-A-G-S. Paul, I think any 3 of 7 will get relegated this season. Again, very, very fair assessment, I think. Very fair assessment, that, Paul. Any 3 from 7. Who are the 7? Who are the 7? Joe, can't he just ask to leave on a free by mutual consent? Wisser. No, because he's then asking Brentford to forego £35 million or £30 million, and there's just no way that they'll do that. He can ask. I mean, he can ask, of course, but they'll reject it. You wouldn't turn down 30 million quid. Pepe, no, but to be fair, Miko usually shite on his day. He's good. Yeah, I was going to say, Mikalenko had a good season for you lads last year, didn't he? He had a very good season. Whether or... I mean, he's in his last year of his contract. How old is he now, Mikalenko? Feels like Mikalenko maybe... Do we think he's gearing up to move on? Maybe to walk for free? He's 26. 26, last year of his contract. That to me screams I'm walking on a free next summer. Coming into his peak, Trent Alexander-Arnold age. Yeah, suggests that he might move on and get a big contract somewhere else. So maybe that, I mean, that's good. That's good succession planning from Everton, isn't it, to get Asnu in? If they do get Asnu, they probably need to go and get someone else in next summer to replace Mikalenko, unless they can secure him to a new contract, obviously. West Yorkshire Lass, do you think Arsenal will sign Eze? No, I don't. Ooh, naughty tackle that from Irabunum on Dango Ouattara, and Dango's gone down. That pitch looks dreadful, doesn't it? I think Irabunum definitely left a piece on him there. James, new right winger, new centre mid, new right back, and someone like McAtee all get into our starting 11. I would put money on us getting into the top 10 defo. Right, so you new right winger, new centre mid, new right back, and a number 10, McAtee, let's say, all get into your starting 11. That's 4. Mate, you can't change a third. Assuming you sign all of those, right? If you sign all of those and they're all good signings, then yes, I think I would agree with you. I would absolutely agree with you that Everton probably will make the top 10 if you get McAtee, a good right back, a good centre mid, a good right winger. All of that, I absolutely agree. Yes, you probably would get top 10. You've not got them yet, though. That's the question. If you get them, fine. If you don't get them, and bearing in mind we're nearly in August and you've only signed Alcaraz and Barry, you know. Alice Sol, what team do you support? I am, regrettably, you might say, given you're an Everton fan, I imagine, I'm a Liverpool fan. But I'm not. I've my family. I've got a family with Evertonians. I've grown up with Evertonians around me. I'm not a blue hating red. Do you know what I mean? I'm not that kind of guy. I've got a soft spot for Everton a little bit. Simon, Wolves, Leeds, Bournemouth, Sunderland, Palace, and Sunderland for bottom 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wolves, Leeds, Bournemouth, Sunderland, Palace for bottom 5. Palace in the bottom 5. That's bold. Everton with the ball in, cleared away by Bournemouth. Opening 5 minutes, it's been a bit bitty, scrappy, I guess is the word. It's not really been too much in the way of, ball on the floor, pass and pass and pass. Paul, the 3 that came up: Wolves, Brentford, Bournemouth and Man United. Wolves, Brentford, Bournemouth, Man United, Sunderland, Leeds and Burnley. I think Burnley are already gone. I really do think Bournemouth are already gone. Sorry, Burnley, not Bournemouth. Burnley are already gone. Let me know what you think, by the way, in the chat. Who do you think are the relegation candidates for next year? I think Burnley, for sure. Can't see Burnley staying up at all. I think they're fodder. I think Leeds probably go down as well. They've made some really impressive signings, though. Longstaff is a good signing. Bijol. The guy they've just brought in today, Lucas Perry from Lyon. He got 10 clean sheets in 33 games for Lyon last season. Still relatively young. 73% save percentage from Ligue 1 last year. So, yeah, good keeper. I think he'll do all right for Leeds. Bornau as well. Not bad signing from Wolfsburg. They just need a centre forward. They've not really got goals in their side, Leeds. That's the problem. They've got Joel Pirro up front. Not a Premier League striker. Nonto, not going to score enough. Manor Solomon they had last year. He's gone back to Spurs. So they're back with Jack Harrison from Everton. And as Everton fans will know, he didn't really pull up any trees last year for the Toffees. So I think Burnley and Leeds, up to now, Burnley and Leeds would be my bottom 2. Sunderland, I think, could pull away. And then it's between maybe Brentford. Actually, no, not Brentford. I don't even know why I said Brentford. Brentford are the one everyone seems to be saying, and they're not going down, I'm telling you. Brentford have got loads of ability there. They're fine. Brentford I'm not concerned about at all. Wolves possibly, though. Wolves possibly. Oh, Everton very nearly. Oh, it was Ndiaye. Ball got played into Ndiaye's feet. Should have maybe done a little bit better there, actually. Took a great touch with his right peg. And just inside the box. Literally just inside the box. Right foot. Good touch, that. And just wide of Petrovic's left-hand post. It wasn't just wide, actually. It was a good 3 or 4 feet wide. AKD, up the Toffees. Everton. How's it going, man? Good to see you. Give us a like, give us a subscribe if you're new. Appreciate it. We're live every single day on this channel doing watch-alongs. Simon, Palace have had their squad picked apart, and European footy, they won't handle it. They've had the squad picked apart. Why? Who's left? There's no one left, Palace, has there? Who have they sold? As far as I'm aware, they've still got all the best players. Gay's still there. Wharton's still there. Sarr, Eze, Mateta. Palace are fine. LFC fan actually like Everton as a red. Minimoo, West Ham will struggle. Yeah, well, West Ham could be one to look at, yeah. Definitely. Graham Potter reeks of an early season sacking, doesn't he? He's definitely one to watch for an early season sacking. West Yorkshire lass would love to see Leeds relegated. I wouldn't love to see anyone go down. That's not me. You don't take pride or you don't take pleasure in any team going down. It's nice. It's not nice to see any team going down. You see kids crying and all sorts when that happens. But yeah, I do think it's almost foregone that Burnley and Leeds are gone. Unless Leeds can sort themselves a centre forward out. Alice, who's been the better side? Up to this point, there's only Everton who's had a shot. 9 minutes in, only Everton have had any shot in anger. But I'll be honest, neither side really are looking particularly threatening. The ball got played into Ndye's feet, just inside the area. He had his shot, it went wide. That's really the only bit of action that I can report up to this point. Bournemouth on top. Hi, what is Hamad Traore, James Hill and Ben Winterburn doing here? Well, why? What's wrong with him? What's wrong with them being here? Winterburn is playing in the 10. He's only 20 years of age, Winterburn, isn't he? So I think they're just giving him a run out. But no Semenyo. Semenyo still on... Is he still on... I think he's still on holiday, isn't he, Semenyo? Alice, all I'd take great pleasure if Liverpool went down. Oh, that's not nice, Alice. Come on. That's not nice. Bam Bam, who will win, Everton or Bournemouth? Up to this point, I'd say Everton are starting all right, you know. Bournemouth look a little bit... And the pitch isn't great. Bournemouth don't look all that with it, I would say. They're not looking all that flash. Everton, maybe a touch more composed, slightly better on the ball. And funnily enough, as I was saying just before the game started, Bournemouth have won both of their pre-season fixtures. They are... oh, here we go. This is first chance for Bournemouth here. Really, really smart defending, getting back there from Nathan Patterson, I think it was actually getting back in. Really, really smart defending. He was wrong side for a minute there, Nathan Patterson. Very, very good defending. Did well. Now Dango Ouattara up against him. Everton double up on that right-hand side. Very smart defending. I like it. Bournemouth, I kind of mad at Liverpool because of the 9-0. That was a long while ago. But yeah, it was, wasn't it? Bournemouth beating... you beat Bristol City and you beat Hibs, wasn't it, in your other pre-season fixture. Everton drawing with Accrington and losing to Blackburn. So, up to this point, Bournemouth have had the better pre-season. But up to now in this game, the opening 12 minutes, Everton pretty much dominating, I'd say. Ice Racer says Bournemouth are going down. Joe says, what about Man United? Listen, United will take care of themselves. I don't think they'll do anything major, but I think they might finish 8th or 9th. I can't see them doing much more than that, though. They're not going to go any higher than that. No worries, Leon. Take it easy, mate. I'll see you when you're back. Fayaz, did Liverpool play good against AC Milan? I mean, it was only 1-1. It was 1-1 at half-time. And I thought up to half-time we was all right. I thought we played quite well. There were some good positives. And then we took all our players off, basically. We changed the squad at half-time. Van Dijk went off. Salah went off. Wirtz went off. And we got caught on the counter-attack quite a lot. And that is basically what ended up happening. So, yeah. AC Milan deserved to win. There's no doubt about that. We looked pretty vulnerable on the counter-attack. But there was some positives. Liverpool got beat 4-0 last year against Celtic in pre-season. We ended up winning the league. So, you can't put too much stock in these pre-season fixtures. And I'd say the same with Everton here. If Everton got beat 4-0 off Bournemouth, I'd still be saying the same. Doesn't make any difference. It's mostly about fitness. It's not really about tactics. DJ Dan Mercury, unfortunately, my middle boy supports Man U. And he's still living with you. He's still living with you. That's absolutely outrageous. I'd be dropping him off at the nearest foster home. I'm kidding, obviously. Josh, how many does Gyökeres get next year? I think 15, max. Absolutely max 15. In fact, I've had a bet with an Arsenal fan. So I am putting my money where my mouth is on it. I have said that Gyökeres will not score more than 15 in the league. Bournemouth on top says, us Bournemouth needs more players. Where do you think you're missing? Where do you think you're missing this season? Or this summer? What do you need to sign? Obviously, probably a centre-back with Zabarnyi looking like he's going. Really smart play that by Beto. Everton driving forward. Deflected shot. It's gone behind for a corner. It was Charlie Alcaraz with a shot. 25 yards out. Just gone wide. Bournemouth boys. Semenyo's on the bench, mate. Is he on the bench? Oh, I thought he was taking an extended holiday. I can't really take too seriously who they say is on the bench, because they've put Julian Araujo on the Everton bench here. Bournemouth on top says TH because of Zabarnyi. Definitely need a centre-back for him going. Everton whip the ball in. Petrovic comes out and claims it. Really smart keeping from Petrovic. Very, very good keeping. Bournemouth on top says no Branthwaite for you guys. I'm not an Everton fan, mate. I'm a Liverpool fan. Regrettably, I would say for these, I'm sure a lot of Evertonians watching may switch off immediately at that point. But I'm not an Everton hating Liverpool fan. Up the Mags, what channel are you watching the game on? It's on Sky Sports, mate. Sky Sports. Darth Scouser. Timo Werner was seen at JLA today with Everton officials, so I'm assuming a medical. Timo Werner? No. Timo Werner to Everton. I mean, that wouldn't be a terrible signing, but it's an odd one, isn't it? Bournemouth on top. Petrovic, a bargain. Yeah, Petrovic I think he'll do all right for Bournemouth. Very astute signing. Gav's highlights. Big ups, mate. Good to see you, Gav. How's it going? Have I been featured in any more of your highlights, by the way? I don't know if I have. DJ Dan Mercury, alright, Darth. Alex Macklin, Timo to Everton on loan. Shot from distance. Good save from Pickford. Low down to his right. First real shot there from Bournemouth. First shot on target, I think, from either team, that actually. Yeah, first proper shot on target from either team. And Bournemouth fired one in. Better defending from Everton, though. They're limiting Bournemouth to shots from outside the box. Again, everything you'd expect from a David Moyes team, to be honest. Everything you'd expect from a Moyes team. Josh, how many does Ekatike get next year? I honestly think if Ekatike gets 10 to 15 in the league, I think that would be a solid season. I think that would be a solid season. Gav, yeah, put you in the RIP to Jota. Well, sneak me in a few more, mate. I need the coverage. I need the exposure. I appreciate it though, mate. I'm not turning my nose up at it. I promise. I am appreciative. But yeah, it's I think Ekatike's probably maybe 10. If he gets 10, that's not bad. Given he'll probably start out wide for a lot of the season. Tolga, how's it going? Good to see you, Tolga. Tolga says there's a risk in this match. I say the home team cannot lose. There is a 1 and a 2 chance at the end of the match. The home team cannot lose. So what you're saying is Everton or draw for sure. Okay. Everton or draw. That is our chess expert, by the way. We've got he's our Turkish chess expert. Our resident Turkish chess expert who comes into the lives and gives us his opinion. Bournemouth boys, learn your facts because Semenyo is on the bench, not on holiday. All right, mate, wind your neck in, chill out. I got it wrong. I apologise. I didn't know Semenyo was on the bench. In fairness, Sky Sports didn't show the bench until literally right before kick-off. Bournemouth on top says, isn't Hamad Traore departing Bournemouth to Auxerre? It's been a bad signing, that, hasn't it, Hamad Traore? Yeah, it's another one that hasn't quite worked out for Bournemouth. Be interesting to see how much you get for him. Bournemouth on the counter-attack here. Josh, do you reckon Salah will still get 20 plus? I mean, he's away for the AFCON for maybe 6 to 8 weeks. So, yeah, I would imagine so. I think maybe if he gets 20, that'll be a great season. Caleb, what striker do you think United will get? I don't think United get a striker. I am almost certain United... Well, if Ruben Amorim has any sense, he prioritises a midfielder. Gav's highlights, oh yeah, mate, I can't actually believe that you might end up with Isak as well now. Well, we don't know yet. I think it's looking like that, isn't it? We don't know if it happens yet, but I imagine it will. The one and only, how did Liverpool get on? We lost 4-2. I'm guessing you know that, and it's a rhetorical question, but 4-2. Nanny Plum, thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. Bournemouth clear it away. Not really anything doing, and a bit scrappy, to be honest. Bournemouth on top. Dean Hyson is a traitor. 4 clubs in 4 seasons. Juventus, Roma, Bournemouth and Madrid. Doesn't make him a traitor. Makes him very smart, that, you know. That's what you're supposed to do in your career, you know. Trust me. Move regularly. Move jobs regularly. Very smart. DJ Dan Mercury, Man U need a miracle. Well, it depends what the expectations are. I asked United fans this the other day. We was talking about United and what do we actually think United's expectations for the season will be. Because it feels like they're going all out to try and get in the Champions League, but they ain't finishing above Chelsea, Arsenal, City or Liverpool, are they? There's no world where United finish above any of them 4. Not a chance. I mean, they would have an absolute wonderful, wonderful season if they finish 5th. It'd be an amazing season if they finish 5th. I can't even see him doing that. Bournemouth on top, bro, remember 2-3? I do remember 2-3. No, 4-3. Surely you're on about 4-3. It was 4-3, wasn't it? Are you on about 4-3 when Nathan Ake scored the late winner? Liverpool were 3-1 up. And you ended up beating us 4-3. Loris Karius played an absolutely shocking game. And yeah, you beat us 4-3. Nathan Ake getting the winner. I assume that's the game you're talking about. Colour splash. Liverpool not good enough today. 300 million spent. Questions need to be asked of Arne Slotty. Not really. I don't think you try and win pre-season fixtures all that much, to be honest. Bournemouth boys, now last season, 2-0 down in the 86th minute, 3 goals. Oh, God, yeah, that was the one. Yeah, oh, I do remember that. That was brilliant. I was laughing my head off that day. I did think that was really funny. Really, really funny. Again, I'm going to give a shout out to... I don't know him, but I used to watch, and still do occasionally watch, Div Dogs. Go and check out Div Dogs. He sits in... I don't know where he sits. Does he sit in the Bullet? No, he doesn't sit in the Bullens. Might be the Upper Bullens, actually. I don't know where. He sits at... Well, he doesn't sit there anymore. Obviously, the stadium's not... That's not where they watch games from next season. But yeah, he did a very, very good watch-along in the ground of that game. Everton 2, Bournemouth 3. That was peak Everton snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. DJ Dan Mercury, there's more chance of Everton finishing above them for Kieran. Well, yeah, Everton probably do have a better chance of finishing above them than United. Yeah, I'd accept that. AKD, I went to the last ever game at Goodison Park, Everton Stadium, and it was extraordinary. We did it, mate. We watched the game live here. We did a watch-along of it. It was, I was quite emotional, actually. It's quite emotional. Given, it, the last ever game at Goodison Park. I don't like seeing this, beautiful old stadiums being repurposed in that way. I think it would be much, much better if Everton were still playing there next season. I know, listen, the Hill Dickinson Arena is a lovely stadium, but it's and it's the future, I guess. But it's modern football, innit? I don't like these old cathedrals being. I'd like, for example, I would much rather Man United stay at Old Trafford. Spend the money, redo Old Trafford up. Spend the money, do St James's Park up. Newcastle on about getting rid of St James's Park. How sad's that? Really sad. AKD, it was so upsetting. I can imagine. Well, I can't imagine because I've never been through that before. But I imagine if Liverpool were ever moving away from Anfield, it would, you'd have fans who were inconsolable. So, yeah, hopefully we never experience that. Gav's highlights, if you do end up with Isak, do you think we still go for Rodrigo as well? Or do you think you still go for Rodrigo as well? No, I don't. There's a cooling break now, by the way. I'm not just not talking on the game. There's a cooling break going on, so there's nothing happening. Do I think Liverpool go for Rodrigo? Probably not. No, I think Liverpool get Isak and one more forward. Who that is, I couldn't tell you. There was rumours that it was Fofana, funnily enough. Malik Fofana, who Everton have bid for today. So, I don't know. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's... I'd be amazed if Liverpool got Isak, Wirtz, Ekitike and Rodrigo in the same summer. That would be baffling. It would be absolutely baffling. Apparently, Manchester City are in talks with Real Madrid for Rodrigo. They want Rodri. They want Rodrigo. So it's a Rodri-Rodrigo swap. Up the mags. What game are you watching on Monday? Games look a bit dull. I don't think I've got anything booked in for Monday. What games have we got on Monday? Let's have a look. There's not really anything on Monday, I don't think. We'd have to do, given we do a game, I watch along every day, we would probably have to do the Finnish League. So we could watch HJK Helsinki. We could watch HJK Helsinki against Nistan in the Finnish Veikkausliiga. That's probably one we could do that. I'm game for that if you want to watch that. It's a 5 o'clock kickoff on Monday. You can watch it for free as well if you go to OneFootball. Not that I'm promoting it, but you can go and watch it for free yourself. It's not a bad little league, the Finnish league, when it wants to be. So, yeah, maybe we do that one on Monday. Gav's highlights, don't you still want Mark Gay as well, mate? Again, Liverpool seem to be playing a game of who blinks first with Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are saying 50 million quid for Gay, and Liverpool are going 50 million quid. 50 million quid. He's got 1 year left on his contract. We're not paying 50 million quid for him. No chance. Not paying that. So they're going, all right, fine. We'll keep him then. We'll keep him. And Liverpool are going, all right, fine. We'll take him for free next year. And Mark Gay's going, all right, fine. Well, I'll stay. I'll play another year. I'll still get in the England World Cup squad. I'll stay at Palace another year. We'll be playing in Europe. I'll go for free next year. I'll get a big signing on fee. So I think Liverpool and Gay kind of hold the cards a little bit. They're relaxed about it. Maybe he doesn't even come to Liverpool. Maybe he goes to someone else in 12 months. But he certainly holds the power. If Palace want to get anything for him, they need to do a deal this summer. And I think on the slide, he probably do prefer to do something like that. Gav, Chelsea are trying to get Xavi Simons. Yeah, God knows where you're going to fit him in. Very good player though, Xavi Simons. I'd love him at Liverpool. Fabulous player. Alice Sol, who's been better now. Again, we've still not really seen... The cooling break has kind of made the game a bit disjointed. So there's not really been an awful lot happening in the last 10 minutes or so. Neither team has had too many efforts. Too much possession, to be honest. It's usually been Everton picking the ball up, 5 or 6 passes, lose it. Bournemouth win it back, 5 or 6 passes, lose it. Neither team really getting a concerted spell of possession. Neither team really making any sort of, good effort on goal. There's not really been an awful lot in the first half from either team. We've had a long distance shot from Bournemouth that Pickford pushed wide. A really good save from Pickford, low down to his right. And there was a shot from Illiman and Dye which went just wide of the left post. So we've had one shot on target in the first half, only for Bournemouth, and I don't think it really troubled Pickford. I think he could have threw his cap on it. Gav's highlights, I think it might run out after year 2. What's that, sorry? We have a buyback clause on Mark Gay. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, that one might not be a bad shout to watch, actually. Chebsy, how are you watching, mate? Can us members watch it? Yeah, you can watch it on Sky Sports, mate. ZQXV, what's the score? It's currently Everton 0, Bournemouth 0. Adam says Gay will be a free transfer next summer. You reckon? Caleb says, if Man United don't get a midfielder, we will get ripped apart, although we have improved at the top end of the pitch. Yeah, there's no way at all, absolutely no way at all, that Man United start the season with Bruno and Casemiro in midfield. They'll get ran through. They get ran through every single game. AKD says, guys, who is excited for the first Merseyside derby at Bramley Moor? The Hill Dickinson Arena? The Hill Dickinson. I'm excited. I'm very excited for it. Bournemouth on top. Petrovic is better than Alisson. Petrovic isn't better than Alisson. Don't be silly. He's a good young keeper though, Petrovic. Tone Capone watching Celtic Al Hilal 1-1, penalties being taken in the Como Cup in Italy. Lovely. Beautiful part of the world, Como. Paul Hexham, I think Bournemouth edging it. You've been reading comments and missing some of the game, pal. I haven't. Mate, Bournemouth, I promise you, but I don't think Bournemouth have done an awful lot in this. Let's look at the stats. Let's look at the stats to confirm or deny that. I don't think at all. We've got, there you go. So 45% Everton, 55% Bournemouth in terms of possession. Now, expected goals, Everton 0.22. Bournemouth 0.11. So according to the XG, Everton are winning. Everton are winning the XG up to this point. There's been one corner for Everton, no corners for Bournemouth. 3 shots each. That counts as a shot. That's not a shot. It was a cross, that, from Brooks. Silly. Gav's highlights. Do you think Amorim will be the first manager sacked? Well, let me know who you think in the chat, in the comments. Who do you think will be the first manager sacked this season? That's a really, really good shout, actually. First manager sacked. Do I think it's Amorim? No. No, I think Man United have gone far too big on Amorim to be sacking him. They've backed him to the tune of big money, and it looks like they've pushed a lot of players out that, Ten Hag did better than Amorim. Amorim's one of their worst performing managers for some time. And we're talking decades. So, yeah. DJ Dan Mercury, England. Yeah, well, England might well be the first manager sacked, I think. Yeah, Tuchel, if they don't pull the finger out. Crispin Daesh, come on, Bournemouth. 33 minutes gone. Bournemouth have got the ball here. Choppy, I've bet on a 2-2 draw or Spain 3-0 tomorrow. I don't think it'll be 3-0. Get on both teams to score. I think I got 4-1. I got 4-1 for Spain to lift the trophy, both teams to score, and I think England to have a shot on target in each half. It was something like that. And I got 4-1. Gav, if you get Isak, the Liverpool domination like the 80s will be back. Oh, I don't know. As much as I don't like, I don't rate Gyökeres. I still think Arsenal are a team to watch. And I still think City are a team to watch. Chelsea might even surprise a few. So, you don't know. There's a long way to go yet. I agree, it looks ominous. If Liverpool have Isak, Wirtz, Salah, Gakpo, Ekitike, McAllister, Gravenberch behind, Van Dijk, Alisson, it's a good team. It's a very good team. We pissed the Premier League last year, so you would imagine we'll be favourites again. So yes, it's ominous, but I wouldn't say at all that it's a foregone conclusion at all. Still going to be a difficult one to win. Certainly a number of teams who could compete for it. AKD thinks England will probably win tomorrow 3-2 or England win 2-1. I hope so. I'm rooting for the Lionesses, of course, but I just can't see past Spain. Aitana Bonmati and Pina and Esther. There's been some really top quality performances from Spain's women in the tournament this year. It's been really, really good. And this is from me, a dinosaur who never watched women's football before this tournament. An old misogynist like me. I'm kidding. I've got a little girl, I've got a wife. Don't hate women before anyone goes off on one. But yeah, I've never watched women's football. Don't know anything about women's football at all. Never watched it. And it's been an eye-opener. It's been good. Yeah, it's been interesting. Ty, Everton have had 2 shots, one Alcaraz and one from Ndai. Yeah, Alcaraz and Ndai, I think the Alcaraz one was deflected, went behind for a corner, and Ndai, he sliced it. He should have done a little bit better with it than Ndai, and it just went wide. DJ Dan Mercury, Kieran, we are going for revenge. I hope so. Alice Sol, update on the game. I wish there was more to report, Alice. Everton driving towards the box here now. Great block. Beto had a chance there, but a really, really smart block. Very, very good defending that actually from Bournemouth. It was Hill, I think, who got his body in the way. Beto opened his body up, almost Thierry Henry-esque. Alice Sol, can you commentate on the good moments? When there are good moments, I promise you I will do. There's not been any. There's been 2 shots for Everton all game. Neither of them on target. There's been nothing. I'd be scratching around for an awful lot to try and make it a lot more positive than it actually is. I promise you, the first half, there's been not an awful lot going on. And Ndai, that's probably the best bit of play from Everton. The ball got played into Ndai on the halfway line. He spun away, started driving towards the Bournemouth back line, and laid it off for Beto. I think it was just a bit short. Beto maybe should have come to, but he laid it off. It was a bit too short. Beto couldn't get his shot away on time, and Hill got a big block in. So very, very good defending from Bournemouth. AKD, hopefully I can get tickets to Everton's new stadium and the new Everton kit. Well, the new Everton shop at Bramley Moor opened up the other day, didn't it? Bournemouth on top. Tavernier and Semenyo are my favourites. Semenyo's a good player, isn't he? Yeah, very good player. Caleb, it's been a boring game so far, as expected. Joe says the Irish bloke from Brentford will be the first sacked. Keith Andrews. I mean, it's mad. It is absolutely mad, isn't it, that Bournemouth... Sorry, why do I keep saying Bournemouth? Brentford have hired a manager who's never managed before. It's a very, very bold approach from him, you have to say. Caleb says, are Spain girls good? Yeah, Spain women, I would argue Spain women are the best team in the world. Absolutely fantastic. And if I'm really honest, I think England should have been out of the tournament against Sweden. I can't believe England managed to get through. They were awful against Sweden. Absolutely awful. So, yeah, it's... yeah. DJ Dan Mercury, WIM, it showcases the Premier League to America. Yeah, WIM, it is basically just a pre-season tournament where a group of Premier League teams go over to the US and play each other in a little round robin. So West Ham are playing Man United at midnight tonight. Everton are playing Bournemouth here in New Jersey. Bournemouth, it's a disgrace about people stealing Bournemouth's players. Well, they say it's one of them things. It happens as you get into the Premier League. AKD, who is the referee? I don't think it's a referee we know. I'll have a look. Let me tell you who the referee is. Who is the referee? The referee is Gonzalez Jr. He's a US referee, and he is covering the New Jersey area. This is the MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, by the way. 82,500 people here today. Capacity. You love it. Wim Malfay is a league. It's not really a... Is it a league? Would we say it's a league? Well, I guess it's a league. Yeah, it's like a four-team group. It's Bournemouth, Everton, Man United and West Ham. And they all play each other. Everton have got West Ham on, I think it's Wednesday, and then they play United on the Saturday next week, isn't it? Or is it the Sunday next week? Yeah, Sunday next week they play Man United. Bournemouth coming forward. Good block by Jake O'Brien. It's gone behind for a corner to Bournemouth. Again, better defending from Everton. Fatboy 007, Potter is overrated and West Ham should get rid now. Well, there you go. Yeah, I think you've just called it, mate. I think Graham Potter probably is the first manager sacked, in my opinion anyway. I think he's probably the first one to go. You can see West Ham players, West Ham fans already getting a bit disgruntled with him. They've not had the summer that maybe they were expecting. Corner ball here whipped in. Bournemouth goes all the way over to the far side. Tavernier picks it up. It's knocked back in by Truffert. Cleared away by Jake O'Brien, and that's really, really smart defending. And Everton get out and try to counter-attack. Good defending. It's gone out for a throw. AKD, who do we all think will win the Premier League title this season? Let me know. Who do you think? Give me some shouts. Is there anyone that reasonably thinks that anyone other than, say, maybe Liverpool, Arsenal or City could win it? 'Cause it's always going to boil down to those three over the last 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Over the last 10 years, it's been Liverpool and City, with Arsenal kind of involving themselves a couple of years. But over the last 10 years, it's been those three. Does anyone reasonably think Chelsea could? Could Chelsea really throw their hat into the ring? Caleb says, I think Chelsea have a chance. ZQXV thinks Newcastle. Newcastle, an Isak-less Newcastle. You think Isak leaving Newcastle, they could kick on and maybe challenge for the league? Oh, I think Newcastle are maybe 8 or 9 players away from a league title. I really do. Wim, prediction for the Anderlecht-Westerlo game tomorrow. Well, we're live for Anderlecht-Westerlo, yeah, at 12 o'clock tomorrow. Lunchtime tomorrow, I'll be live for that one. Anderlecht, I think we'll pinch it. I think 2-1 Anderlecht. Again, if you're new to Premier League Dad, by the way, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that's watching. I am Kee. I do watch-alongs every single day. We're doing 2 tomorrow. We do 3 and 4 usually as the Premier League season kicks off. We do League 1, La Liga, the Bundesliga, Ligue 1, Serie A, Eredivisie, obviously all the Premier League games as well. Yeah, and that's what we do. So if you want to get involved, I am a Liverpool fan, but it's not a Liverpool channel. We watch all teams from around the world. And yeah, if you want to join, we're live every single day. Alice Sol, you allowed to show the game? I can't show the game. I can't show the game. If I show the game, the channel gets banned. I'm sure Sky Sports wouldn't be very happy with me showing the game. I'd love to. I'd get loads of viewers if I showed the game. I'd love to show it. I'd get loads of viewers, loads of subscribers, but no, I'd get banned within minutes, sadly. But hey, there you go. Them's the rules. Bournemouth with a cross in. Header straight behind. Goal kick. Easy for Jordan Pickford. Matty Cartwright, do you play FPL? I do play FPL, Matty, and I've started a Premier League Dad FPL league. I'm releasing a video on Monday. Monday coming up. I'm going to be showing my FPL team, and I'm going to be talking through all the decisions that I made, and I agonised over lots of them. But I have got my FPL team that I have picked. I'm going to show you the video on how I made it. Maybe it'll give you some tips on what not to do. I can't say I'm anything special, but I'll give you some ideas maybe. I'm going to put that up on Monday. If you want to join the Premier League Dad FPL League, we're going to have prizes next season, some of which will be footy shirts, whether it be your team shirt or if you want a retro shirt. I've got hundreds of them. I'll buy you one, whatever you want to do. But we've got competitions going on throughout the season. So if you do want to join, I will put. In fact, it's in the link. It's in the link for this YouTube. If you click the link on YouTube, let me just make sure it is before I promise you that. If you click the link on this game, click the description, you will see. Is it there? It is there. Join the Premier League Dad Fantasy Premier League for a chance to win some cool prizes this season. Create your team and join here. I'll see if I can put the code in the chat, actually. That's probably the best thing to do, isn't it? Let's be honest. We'll put the code in the chat. Okay. Invite people to join this league. Copy auto join link. Right. So that is the FPL link. If you want to join, there it is in the chat. You can join. You can submit your team, and you can join. And if you do win, then you get there's competitions. There's prizes throughout the season. So get yourself in there. Get your team in there. We'll even do a prize for the funniest team name as well. Why not? We'll do a prize for the funniest team name. As voted for by you. Bournemouth on top. Someone live streamed the game on their phone and got blocked after 10 minutes. Yeah, that's it. It's not worth doing, sadly. AKD, who do we think will win the Golden Boot this season? Now, that is a very good question, AKD. Who do we think wins the Premier League Golden Boot this season? I'm sure there's a few Arsenal fans will be throwing Victor Gyökeres's name into the ring, but I can't see past Haaland. Can't see past Erling Haaland again. John Steve 8810, Dudek or Reina? Pepe Reina. Every single day of the week. George Singh, what are you watching the match on? It's on Sky Sports, mate. Sky Sports, and we are 60 seconds away from the half-time whistle. Beto, big chance for Everton. Good save from Petrovic. Really, really smart save that. Everton very nearly sneaking in at half-time with a 1-0 lead. It was a lovely, lovely ball that from Charlie Alcaraz just inside the channel. Beto runs off for the defender, and it was maybe just a touch heavy. It was a shot on target. It was a really, really good shot from Beto, but Petrovic comes out, smothers it, hits him in the chest, goes behind for a corner. But that's probably the first really, really good bit of play from Everton going forward. And it's a corner kick now, 15 seconds left before the end of the first half. Whipped in, far post, back across, and it's cleared away. Back out to Idrissa Gana Gueye. And I think that's half-time. It is half-time. It is half-time. There you go. Everton 0, Bournemouth 0. Half-time here at the MetLife Stadium. It's been a bit flat. We've not really had too many big chances. Probably the best chance of the game there coming just towards the end of the first half when Beto, one-on-one with Petrovic, just maybe overhit the pass from Alcaraz. And, Beto runs through. Decent shot, but Petrovic comes out and puts it behind for a corner kick. That's probably the only real chance we've had in the game. There was a long-distance shot from, I think it was David Brooks, actually. Was it Brooks or was it Tavernier? It was a shot from distance from Bournemouth, and it was a good 30 yards out, low down to Pickford's right-hand post, pushed it wide, went out for a corner. And that's probably the best chances of either team in that first half. There's not been a lot else to report. It's been pretty flat. I think both teams, you can tell, still in the midst of their pre-season schedule. So, yeah, no judgment at all. I think both teams will be prioritising fitness, and it'll be interesting to see what changes are made at the half-time break. I guess we'll see whether or not we see Tierno Barry coming on. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Tierno Barry comes on in the league this season. Do we think he starts? Does he start over Beto? Does he start regularly over Beto? I don't know. Paul Hexham, Haaland, really, who won it last season? He didn't win it last season. Salah won it last season. Haaland didn't win it last season. Mete, Liverpool shockingly lost against AC Milan. Ostermorg, the first half team battered Milan. They couldn't touch the ball for the first 20. John Steve, Yossi Benayoun or Gini Wijnaldum? They weren't the same player. Come on, that's you can't ask that. Gini Wijnaldum ended up being more like a defensive midfielder. That's like asking, I don't know, it's like asking Xherdan Shaqiri or Dietmar Hamann. It's not really the same sort of player. ZQXV, do you like the name Abra Dubravka? Yeah, that's not bad. Sean Dyche says, fantastic first half. This new system Moyes has is working. Well, it's working in terms of limiting Bournemouth. I'll say that. It is working in that sense. Definitely limiting Bournemouth, isn't it? But is it really doing a whole lot else? Is it carving enough chances open? I don't know if Everton are doing enough in that sense. But it's not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. John Steve, Gini was more attacking. No, I thought he was. No, he was for most of his career, basically, for Feyenoord, for Newcastle. He was an attacking midfielder. We signed him as an attacking mid and then converted him to like a deep-lying midfielder. Yeah, he ended up playing more like a number 6. Unknown says, I feel like Gyökeres is going to cook. I don't think so. But yeah, I'll happily be proven wrong. I think Gyökeres does bang average next season. Bookmark it and come back to me. I've had many Arsenal fans say they will. I think he does just okay. Don't think he does terrible, but I don't think he does any better than just okay. Stephen X 0-0 written all over this. Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's going to be too many more chances in this, to be honest. Sean Dyche, and Dyer has been incredible, and link up with McNeil was great. Beto's done very well holding up. And Dyer's probably been Everton's standout player. I would agree with that. But he's overhit. If I'm being overly critical, mate, or maybe I'm being harsh, I don't know. His final ball has let him down. He's got in good positions, and his final ball has let him down. And if I'm really honest, I think that's probably what my biggest criticism of Iliman Ndiaye has been for most of his time at Everton. Like, Iliman Ndiaye is a very talented player. I don't think anyone denies that. But he got 9 goals and no assists last season. It's not good enough. For a player of his ability, for a player of his undoubted ability, by the way, 9 goals, no assists is not good enough. He needs to do better next season. And I think what we've seen in that first half is a little bit more of that. Again, is he can pick the ball up in deep positions and carry it so well. He's a great ball carrier. He can beat a man. He can drop a shoulder. You know, we've seen that of Iliman Ndiaye many, many times. But when it actually comes to the final ball, how often does he turn it into an assist, a goal, a finish? It doesn't do it enough for me. But a good player, I won't deny that. Stephen Hughes, my mate Tommy Willow and Stacey Broad say they're going to stop watching Everton if Jack Harrison comes back. Tommy's 65 today and supported the Blues all his life. Bloody hell. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen then. Simran Jeet, hello brother, good to see you Simran. Minnie Moo says, where are the goals? B. McCarran says, how's it going? It's alright mate, yeah, not too bad. I'm tired though. For 10 o'clock we've had no goals. It's a bit flat, isn't it? I'm hoping it gets to be a little bit more lively. Lou, you're not allowed to watch us, lad, you're the jinx. I am, I apologise. But to be honest, I don't think it's going to be a lively second half either, is it? I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I can't see there being too many goals in this now. Gav says, I think Iliman Ndiaye is overrated. I think you... Oh, Gyökeres, sorry. I think Gyökeres is overrated. I think you got the best one, Ekitike. I mean, yeah, I've been fairly consistent on it. I'm not being, hypocritical or contradictory because you can go back as far as May. I was asked in May, which striker do you want for Liverpool this summer? And I was asked, which one do you want? And I said, I kind of don't mind who we get. I'd be happy with Sesko. I'd be happy with Ekitike. I'd be happy with Osimhen. I'd be delighted with Isak. But I really, really don't want Victor Gyökeres. That was what I said in May. I think even as far back as April, I said that. So I've been quite consistent on it that I don't want Victor Gyökeres. I don't want Victor Gyökeres. And I was quite happy with whoever we decided to buy other than that. Leon, good to see you, mate. B. McCarran, I'm watching the Villa game 12 tonight versus Frankfurt. Late one tonight. Yeah, a few late games kicking off tonight. West Ham and Man United too as well. Reece Young, I personally know Jared Branthwaite. Do you really? Good lad. Is he staying or going? Sean Dice 10, it's been great to watch for me. We're playing in a much better system than we were last season. Do you think it's easier on the eye then? I think it's better, maybe more practically speaking. You're certainly limiting Bournemouth to few chances, and you're picking the ball up in the half spaces in some good areas, but I don't think you're getting enough of an overload. Maybe you're not getting enough bodies forward. Feels like you're overloaded on in the full-back areas. Bournemouth have maybe got too much. So that's why we've not seen too many chances created. But you're limiting Bournemouth. You're doing well in that sense defensively. And that again is the criticism of Moyes, isn't it, throughout his career? Too risk-averse. Defence first. Prefers a clean sheet, What we have, we hold. Doesn't want to throw too many bodies forward. So maybe that's what we're seeing a little bit more of. He wants to hold and have a defensively disciplined team. Tsitsi, sorry, I think Everton. Why did I say Bournemouth? Minimoo, has Villa signed anyone so far? No, I don't believe. Well, they have, but no one that you would include in the first team, I don't believe. They signed a young player from the Dutch under-19s. Zepi Coenho Redmond. He's one to watch. I don't think they've signed anyone else. At least not as far as I'm aware. Could be wrong. Can anyone illuminate me on that one? Educate me on that one. Ostermorg, Everton was the worst team to watch under Dyche. At least they're watchable now. Reece Young says, I think he's staying, but I know him because I've known his girlfriend for years. Okie dokie. ZQXV, how do you feel about Núñez leaving? How do I feel about Núñez leaving? Disappointed. A little bit sad about it, to be honest. Gav's highlights is Darwin and Diaz definitely going now. Yes, I think Diaz is for sure going. He was left out of the side today by Slot due to speculation. That's what Arne Slot said. So that one looks like it's a foregone conclusion. Darwin Núñez, maybe a little bit more work to do, but apparently Al Hilal are all over that one. I think if we're going to sign Isak, then we have to move those two on. So I imagine we do. Yeah, I think Núñez and Diaz, their futures sadly lie elsewhere. I really like both players, but I think they're both going. And again, maybe that suits Everton too, by the way. If Diaz goes to Bayern, that probably means that Bayern don't get Fofana. Bayern have been heavily linked with Malik Fofana from Lyon. And Bayern play Lyon in a pre-season friendly, by the way, next week. So there was rumours that there might be a deal done at that friendly. But if Diaz goes to Bayern, that maybe clears a path for Everton to get Malik Fofana. So we might be doing you a favour, Blues, indirectly. We might be shifting Bayern out the way so you can go and get Malik Fofana. That'll be a good signing for Everton if you do manage to get it done. Gav's highlights, anyone want to buy Jackson? Do you know what? Nicholas Jackson and Darwin Núñez are a particular breed of strikers that everyone gives loads of grief to, but I absolutely promise you, if they played for your team, if they played for, I really like Darwin Núñez. I really like him, and I so want it to work for him, because there's never a harder working player on the Liverpool pitch. Whenever we play, he's a wonderful, hard-working player. He's an enigma. He's an agent of chaos. But yes, guilty of some bad misses. And yeah, he's kind of one of those. But I do think he could kick on and go and be a top player elsewhere. And there's not really too many good centre-forwards around Europe, so Darwin Núñez might be the best of a bad bunch. Available to teams like Newcastle, who are looking for a centre-forward. B. McCarron just need to make a starting 11 signing. That's what I was getting at. Villa have signed a couple, but they've all been mainly squad signings, haven't they? Ozcan, Cisse, Zepiqueno, Redmond. They're not really players that would go straight into the Villa lineup. It's mainly been about whether or not Watkins is staying, hasn't it? That's been most of the talk around Villa. Bournemouth on top says Evan Nilsson's better than Solanke, in my opinion. He's done alright, Evan Nilsson, but I don't know if he's better than Solanke. Sam, are you watching Newcastle v Arsenal tomorrow? I'm not, mate, no. I'm watching Anderlecht and Westerlo, followed by England against Spain in the Women's Euros final. Fatboy 007, Kenneth Taylor and Jarrell Hato will be next two off the Ajax production line to come to the Premier League. Hato looks very close. Looks like he's a Chelsea-bound player. Again, it's a disappointing move, that. Sorry, Gav. I know you're a Chelsea fan, mate. I like you a lot, but every time I see a player choosing Chelsea, it kind of feels a little bit like players choosing Saudi a little bit. Because to a degree, I can't understand why a player chooses Chelsea when there's just nowhere for him to play. Jarrell Hato doesn't start for Chelsea. In a World Cup year, why would you go to Chelsea? He doesn't start for him. He's 18 years of age. He doesn't get a kick. He's not starting over Cucurella. They're not putting him at centre-back. Oh. Manny, do you play FC? I assume you mean EAFC. I haven't played it in a very long time. The last time I bought it, I bought last year's one, but I think the last time I played it was maybe December. And I started this channel in January. This channel is brand new. I've never ever done YouTube before. Started this channel in January. We've got 5,500 subs, near enough. I haven't played EAFC or FIFA since then. I plan on getting the new one. Sean Dyche, I've had enough of Chelsea signing 200 players per window. It's getting annoying now. And yes, I'm still salty about Delap. See, again, that I agree with you, mate. I think Delap would have been a perfect signing for Everton. He would have been a much better signing for Everton than Tierno Barry. As good as Barry is, I think Barry is a player that maybe takes 12 to 18 months to kind of get up to the pace of the Premier League. I don't think he even comes in as the starting centre-forward for Everton. Maybe I'm wrong, but I imagine Beto starts the season. Delap, I think, would have come in and he would have immediately improved Everton. He'd have been an immediate starter, and I think he could have forced his way into that England squad. Whereas for Chelsea, I just don't believe he does. I think he's the backup for Chelsea, isn't he? He's the backup. João Pedro starts most of the games. Delap comes off the bench. So it's sad. Sad. That's it, Caleb. At least he would have started for us. Yeah, United too, yeah. He would have started for United. Yeah, it's an odd choice, isn't it? Odd choice. Maybe it's the London factor. Who knows? Who knows? Crispin Dash, do you think United are being really slow with signing players? I think they're skint, mate. They're skint, United. They're absolutely skint. You know, when Jim Ratcliffe is telling you that we haven't really got an awful lot of money nearly ran out, and they're sacking long-term members of staff left, right and centre, and it's just a bad time at Man United. They're arguing. They spent 7 weeks arguing with Brentford over what effectively turned out to be £3 million, £3 to £5 million. And they spent 7 weeks arguing. Do you think Man United of yesteryear would have never done that, would they? If Alex Ferguson said, I like him, he's our player, he's the one we want. Done. Go and get him. How much is he? Right, I mean, I'm not saying they didn't negotiate, but a gap of £3 to £5 million, that would have been sorted within days, not 7 weeks. Ridiculous. And that just speaks to, I think, how in debt Man United are. So, do I think United make the top half this season? Possibly. 10th or 9th, though, no higher. 10th or 9th. They don't go any higher than that. Ty says, actually enjoy seeing Everton going for people for once. Well, yeah, I mean, Ndai's been good. Ndai's carried the ball on him a few times, hasn't he? He's taken it to him. Have we had any changes at half time? It doesn't look like it at this point. I'll see, but I'll hedge my bets and say no. I don't think there has been any changes just yet. Oh, there has been one for Bournemouth. There has been one. Bournemouth look to have changed their keeper. Is it William Dennis? No, Dennis hasn't come on. Paulson? No, Neto. It's Neto. It is Neto. Neto's come on for Bournemouth. Well, hey, there you go. Right, we're off for the second half here now. Let me see if there's been any changes. Billing has come on for Winterburn, and it looks like Neto has come on for the goalkeeper, Petrovic. It's a long throw from the right-hand side here. Garner's going to take a long throw for Everton. Get it into the box. Early start. Launched in. Flicked on. And cleared away by Bournemouth. Not quite cleared away by Bournemouth. Everton managed to scrap it back. Bit heavy. Ben, Forrest in talks with new contract with Gibbs White, so he's defo going next summer. Yeah, that looks likely, that, doesn't it? Do you know what I think that is? I think they've got him over a barrel. They're basically saying to him, listen, we can sue the back off you. We can absolutely sue you and your agent and kick up a real stink for you. And Spurs. And that's it. Alisol, any changes? None for Everton. Only 2 for Bournemouth. Billing has come on for Winterburn and Neto has come on for Petrovic. Just the 2 that I already said. Everton pick the ball up here. Chance off the corner. Oh, just over the bar. Didn't quite get enough on it there, Alcaraz. Charlie Alcaraz probably should have done better. Neto's not happy. There's a corner whipped in. Headed back across. They keep doing the same thing, Everton. They keep playing that corner right to the far post. Headed back across goal. And Ndai, I think they get in each other's way. Ndai and Beto. Or rather, Alcaraz and Beto. So, yeah, still 0-0. Ja, how's it going? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. ZQXV, who are your top 5 fullbacks from last season in the Prem? Top 5 fullbacks from last season? Wan-Bissaka, I would say. I'd say Wan-Bissaka. I would say Munoz as well, you know. Wan-Bissaka, Munoz, Kirkez. Probably Timber as well, and maybe Trent. Cucurella might have a good shout up there as well. Cucurella was a good one for Chelsea, certainly towards the end of the season. I know we've picked 6 there. ZQXV, no Tino. No, I don't think Tino gets in it. No, mate. Again, I don't think he had a bad season at all. I think he was quite good, but if you start including Tino, you're probably including quite a few others. You're including quite a few others there. But Cucurella was certainly up there, wasn't he, Gav? Yeah. There's quite a few. There's good few fullbacks last season. You've got to give credit. Ike Nori was good for Wolves as well. Ike Nori was very good for Wolves. Mikolenko had a good season for Everton, don't forget. But again, we're not, if you're scratching around for, there's a lot of people who had broadly good seasons. But I think if we're talking tip-top, really good seasons, I would say Trent, regrettably, has to be in there. Caleb, Nuno Mendes. No, we're talking about Prem, mate. Prem only. Prem only. Bournemouth, aren't we signing Ben Doak? You can have him. You can have him. Good player, Ben Doak. Everton bursting forward here. Good chance. Claim for the penalty. He's screaming for it, Beto. He's not getting it. It wasn't Beto, it was Ndai. Screaming for it, though. Not getting it. It's an early claim for the penalty there for Everton. Don't think it was, to be fair. It looked like he maybe stepped across him, but don't think you get penalties for that. It's maybe one of them where, sadly, there are issues, aren't there, with if it's outside the box, maybe you get the foul for that, but inside the box it needs to be a bit more of a concerted foul, and I don't think it necessarily passes that threshold. Alice Sol says Barry clears Ekatike. Maybe he does, yeah, we'll see. Maybe he does. I don't think he does, mind, but maybe he does. Maybe he does. James Heaney, we never get pens anyways. I was going to say, I don't think there was a huge claim for it beyond maybe Illiman and Dye. There wasn't, a lot of Everton players around throwing their arms up. Gavs, Cucurella never gets a break, his only position we don't have cover for, and he never gets injured, thank God. Yeah, he's reliable. Again, the best ability is availability, right? Caleb, what about Pedro Porro? He had a good season. He had a decent season in Europe. He didn't really have such a good season in the league, did he? Bournemouth chance! Oh, big block. Who got the block on that? Was that Patterson? No, Garner. That was a wonderful block from James Garner. Jimmy Garner. That's absolutely sensational, that. It was a great block. I tell you what, that's goal bound. It's goal bound. I think it's Tavernier with the shot. Great block by James Garner, that. Fabulous block. It's cleared away. Alice Sol and Dye, top 5 left wingers in the Prem. No, don't be silly. Come on, you don't believe that. And Dye's not the top 5. And Dye's not the top 5. You can't get the top 5 left wingers in the Prem when you don't get an assist. You didn't get 1 assist last year. 9 goals, 1 assist. You got less than Adama Traore last year. Tolga, how's it going? Normal guy, good to see you. Piehead, thoughts on Paquetá getting freed? I think there might be a counter-suit going there because they've dragged his name through the mud, haven't they? They've dragged Paquetá's name through the mud for a good while there. So, yeah, it's sad. But I thought he was banged to rights, to be honest. Based off what we all saw, He looked bang to right. Some of them bookings were a bit sketchy, weren't they? Alice Saul, name 5 who's better. 5 left wingers who are better than Illiman and Dye. Okay, well go on. We'll just do it, because I know if I give my opinion, you'll probably say let's just base it purely off last season, right? I think you'd say Wisser. Although maybe you don't include Wisser. Maybe we don't include Wisser. Diaz got more than double what he got. Clivert did too. Sharda for Brentford got far more. Cody Gakpo, far more. Karu Matoma, far more. Alex Iwobi, don't care what you say, Alex Iwobi did too. Whether you want to class him as a left winger is up to you. Eberechi Eze. Again, I don't think you'd deny Eze was. Martinelli did. Heung-min Son got far more than Illiman and Dye last year. Dango Ouattara got far more than Illiman and Dye last year. Oh, what a strike! What a strike! Who was that? Who was that? Jordan Pickford is not happy. It's Philip Billing. It's 1-0 to Bournemouth. Bloody hell, that is an absolute screamer from Philip Billing. What an absolute screamer. Pickford's not happy. They just stood off him. He picks it up outside the box. Little jink, and then a wonderful fired shot into the top right-hand corner. Some finish, that. Jordan Pickford's not happy at his defence. Screaming at his defence there. Absolutely screaming at his defence. Minimoo, Anthony Gordon. Yeah, Anthony Gordon too, I would say. Alice says, Ndai offers much more than goals. He doesn't offer assists. I'm not throwing too much shade on the guy. I like him. He's a good player, but he doesn't offer assists. I think that you've got to give criticism where it's due, mate. Criticism where it's due. But it's 1-0 to Bournemouth. There you go. Philip Billing. What a wonderful goal that was. Everton 0, Bournemouth 1. Fabulous goal from Philip Billing right into the top corner. Billing spent last season on loan at Napoli. Again, there's doubts over his future, really, isn't there? Doubts over whether or not he stays at Bournemouth. Does he stay in the Premier League? I really like Philip Billing. I think he's one of them players who maybe even a team like Everton, a team like David Moyes would get the best out of. James Heaney, Gordon got pocketed by Young last game of the season. And he did, yeah, he did. But I don't think you'd necessarily say that makes him not a better winger, though, right? One-off games don't really matter, right? We would agree on that, surely. One-off games don't make a difference. It's what you do across the length of the season. Or at least that's how I view things. Maybe that's not how you view things, but I would say you want to look at how a player performs across a total season. Shot from distance again, just wide of Pickford's goal. Tavernier with the shot, the trying from distance. Pickford is screaming at his defence here. He's not happy. He's saying, close him down. Twice now in the last couple of minutes. Just in this second half, Bournemouth getting lots of chances in and around the Everton box. And it's already resulted in 1 goal. Fabulous goal. Pickford not happy at all with that. Not happy at all. AKD says Pickford's a good player. He's a very good player. Yeah, really like Jordan Pickford. He's bloody annoying though at times. He doesn't half whinge, but he's a good keeper. Of that there's no doubt. Alice Saul says get Barry on. Minnie Moo says Pickford always an angry man. But yeah, get Barry. I think Tierno Barry has to come on soon for Everton. 30 minutes or so left. I'm sure we'll see him before long. It's a free kick here for Bournemouth. A chance for them maybe to double the lead. They're going to whip the ball in here. Do we think Bournemouth can pinch another one? ZQXV, who do you think front three Oh, chance for Billing again. It's a goal kick to Everton. He skied it, but a very good chance again. There you go. Jordan Pickford he's gone out in having a word with the Idrissa Gay there. I think he's just said 4, which I'm guessing means that's 4 chances now in the last 4 minutes, basically. Big chances for Everton conceding. And Bournemouth, they probably could have been 2 or 3 up at this point. ZQXV, who do I think the front 3 for England will be? Gordon, Kane and Saka, Madueke? No, absolutely not. Palmer starts over Saka. I think it's Palmer, Bellingham, and Palmer, Bellingham, Gordon, with maybe Kane just in front. Sam, are they playing in USA? They are. They're playing New Jersey, mate. New Jersey. Alisol, Pickford or Mamadashvili for you? Well, I wouldn't swap Mamadashvili for Pickford. Oh, it's 2! Jesus Christ, it's 2-0. It's Dango Ouattara's put Bournemouth 2-0 up. Oh, Pickford getting done there at his near post. Just as we're talking about him, I don't think he actually could have stopped that. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but it's 2-0 to Bournemouth. Absolutely fabulous goal down the left-hand side from Dango Ouattara. He just squared up the number 2. Is it Patterson? Oh, do you know what? That's Patterson. Nathan Patterson's had an absolute shocker there. It's Nathan Patterson all over that. Nathan Patterson has had an absolute shocker. He basically gets the assist there, Nathan Patterson. He knocks it into Dango Ouattara's feet, and Ouattara just left-footed, bang, smashes it, top left-hand corner. Fabulous goal. 2 very, very good finishes from Bournemouth to put them bang in charge of this game. 1 from Dango, 1 from Billing, and it's Everton 0, Bournemouth 2. Bloody hell. It's all changed. James Heaney didn't want to win the summer series anyway. Give it time. Like I said, give it time. You've got United and West Ham to play. You should get 6 points past them. This might be the hardest game you play in the summer series. Stephen X says another great finish. For fuck's sake, it's been bad. Yeah, a couple of bad, difficult goals to accept, I guess, from an Everton point of view, because Pickford's screaming for the first one to say you've got to get out and close him. And then the second one, you've got to look at it and go, well, Patterson has basically put it on a plate for him. Patterson has put it on a plate for Dango Ouattara. Still a very good finish. I don't want to be too harsh, but he has definitely hurt his team there. And maybe explains why Everton need a right back. Minimoo, as I said earlier, where are Everton's goals coming from this season? Well, I mean, maybe Tierno Barry, I don't know. They need more, don't they? McAtee's being linked. Moyes talking about many big signings needed. I guess we're going to have to just wait and see with Everton what they do for the remainder of the summer window. ZQXV, thank you for all those, mate. Really appreciate that. What a guy. Thank you for that. Very nice of you. Right, Bournemouth throwing here. AKD, if people bully me for supporting Everton again, I will say stand with pride and will never give up on Everton. Yeah, best way. Best way. Jay needs some massive signings. This squad isn't good enough. They create nothing. Well, Christ, it's gone from 2 minutes ago. You were telling me I was underrating Everton. You was telling me I was underrating Everton. We're going to finish in the top half. We're going to be outsiders for Europe. Christ, that's all changed in an hour. I was being a negative Nancy. Now you're telling me the exact same guy. You're telling me, Jay, you're telling me now we need massive signings. This squad is not good enough. We create nothing. I can't win. Jay, you're a bitter copite. You're a dirty copite. YHGG, hope you hurry up and make an offer for Isak. Need him out the door. Listen, Liverpool and Newcastle have already agreed for Isak. That's already done, I promise you. It's already agreed. We're waiting on you. We're waiting on you. That's what's happening. We're waiting on Newcastle to go and sort Sesko out. Or Watkins, or whoever the bloody hell you end up getting. Probably Calvert-Lewin. Probably end up getting Calvert-Lewin. Number 9 wears knickers and bras. Hey, Dixie Dean didn't do it. Bob Latchford didn't do it. Duncan Ferguson didn't do it. So why has he got to do it? Number 9 wears knickers and bras. Alice Sol, we are actually in another relegation battle. Plus, we always start a season poorly. Sam says that's it. Early night from me. Oh, mate, don't give up on it yet. There's still half an hour left. You've got to bring Tierno Barry on. Tierno Barry's coming on. That might lighten the play up a bit. We'll see. Give it time. ZQXV, there's another Rosie. Oh, cheers, man. Thank you for that, ZQXV. What a guy. Jod Singh, are you watching the Man United game? I'm not, mate. No, I'm not. I am definitely off to bed after this one. Simon, same old shit for us Blues. Still feeling the effects of old owners and their poor management. BADFC, up the toffees. Up the toffees. Alice, let me know how bad he looks, please. I will do. Well, there's 5 subs coming on here for Bournemouth. Level 7 fan now. Good lad. Like it. Cheers, ZQXV. Evan Nilsson's going off here. I think Zabani's coming on as well for Bournemouth. So some big changes already. Now, whenever this tends to happen in pre-season friendlies, you usually see that team destabilised quite a bit. So I would imagine Bournemouth will feel this now, and I imagine we'll see, yeah, Semenyo's coming on, Alex Scott's coming on, Zabani's coming on, a couple of others, let's see. But yeah, this might just destabilise Bournemouth a bit. It might give Everton a chance. AKD, I've been to Goodison Park twice to watch the West Ham match and the last match at Goodison. Nice. Ostamore, good to see you. Surprised Bournemouth can make 5 subs with the amount they've sold. Fig C, do you guys think both teams score? Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, I think Everton will get a goal. I think they'll throw a bit more at it now. Moyes, I'm sure Moyes will bring Barry on and maybe they'll get more chances, Everton. I'm sure they will. I hope they do. I'd like them to get another, maybe to make more of a game of it. Because this second half has been a bit of a walkover, really. The first half was quite close. Second half, Bournemouth have scored 2 quick goals, 2 very good goals, and they've kind of put Everton to the sword very, very quickly. So, up to now, I would say it's... Yeah, up to now, I would say yeah, both teams will score. I fancy Everton to get one. There's going to be a cooling break in a minute though. There'll be another cooling break. Shot from distance for Everton. Every time that happens, by the way, can someone explain me this? Every time Everton get a chance, and this happened last season at Goodison as well. Every time Everton seem to get a chance in just outside the area, just in that little bit out, just outside the D. It's always Idrissa Gana Gueye that it falls to. In fairness, the one player that you would probably not want it to fall to, the player who... And he did score 1 or 2, didn't he? But it always seems to... It's always him that picks it up. He always anticipates it. He always finds himself in such good positions just outside the box. And it's like the one player you don't want it to fall to. It is literally the worst person you'd want it to fall to. You'd ideally want it to drop to like an Alcaraz or someone like that. Alice Sol, can you actually see us winning? I can't see Everton winning. I could see Everton scoring though. Maybe it changes. You never know. Goals change games. Goals change games. If Everton score 1 and they nick 1 in the next maybe 10 minutes or so, maybe they do. Simon, we are missing both our centre-backs, to be fair, in Branthwaite and Tarky. I know, but you can't throw that out because Bournemouth are missing players as well. If you throw it about Everton, you've got to say it for Bournemouth as well. Both teams are missing key players. You know, they've started with their best player, arguably, Semenyo on the bench. Zabanyi as well, I know, a £60 million centre-back on the bench. They've not played up to this point. So, you would argue maybe the two best players haven't even kicked a ball up to this point, really. And they've been in control of the game. So, like I said, I came into this game believing that Bournemouth were the better side, and I thought Bournemouth would finish ahead of Everton this season. And that was no slight on Everton. I think Andoni Iraola is an incredible manager, and I think he's got Bournemouth exactly where he wants them. And even though they sold a big chunk of their defence, I think they'll do all right next season. Bournemouth, they'll do okay. Everton still require quite a bit of work, and again, that's what Everton fans are saying. Jay, our resident toffee, he comes in all the time. Oh, it's 3. That's absolutely dreadful defending at the back. It's 3. It's Jake O'Brien's had an absolute calamity there. It's 3-0 Bournemouth. He had the ball completely calm. David Moyes is looking. Oh, he's gobsmacked. Jake O'Brien had the ball, and he's turned to pass it back to Jordan Pickford. He's just completely underhit it. He's completely underhit it, and he's passed it back, and Dango Ouattara makes it 3-0 to Bournemouth. Is it Dango Ouattara? It's not Dango Ouattara. It's Adu Adjei. It's young Daniel Adu Adjei. On his Bournemouth debut, he's only just come on the pitch. He's been on the pitch for a matter of minutes, and he's just got a tap in. It's the easiest goal he'll probably ever score. And it's a wonderful start to the summer series for Bournemouth. Everton 0, Bournemouth 3. What an absolute disaster that was for Jake O'Brien. And Everton immediately go over. It's a cooling break now. It's probably the last thing he wanted, to be honest, Jake O'Brien. I'll tell you what, lads, what we'll do is you just give that horrendous goal away. Let's go and talk to the manager within 30 seconds. It's like the absolute last thing you want as a centre-back that's just had a howler. But there you go, Everton 0, Bournemouth 3. Jake O'Brien. Listen, I really like Jake O'Brien. He's a very, very, very good defender. So that's no reflection on him. He's had a howler there, but he's a good defender. He's been a good find for Everton. Alice Saul, I'm off. Thanks, mate. No worries, man. Listen, hopefully you come back in future. We'll be doing more Everton games. Maybe I'll see you on another one. Give us a like and a subscribe. I will be doing lots of Everton games this season. We did Everton's last game at Goodison Park, and we'll be doing the derby. Listen, it'll be good fun. We'll be doing the derby. You can come and laugh at me if Liverpool lose the derby. So do that. That'll be a giggle if no else. Simon, Everton are in a rebuild stage. That's the bottom line. I would say we need at least 12 players, 4 for the starting 11 and the rest for the squad. Well, Moyes said 9, didn't he? I don't know if that means another 9 on top of what he's got, but Moyes apparently said in an interview today he wants 9. James Heaney, so glad this is only pre-season. Well, Tierno Barry is about to come on, as is Chermiti. So Everton's 2 centre-forwards about to come on. I wonder if one of them is for Beto, or if they're going to go for a 3-pronged attack. I wonder. I tell you what, that's got to be the tallest front line in football, that. If you put Barry, Beto and Chermiti as the front 3, that's got to be the tallest front 3. If you put balls into the box, them lads will get their heads on it. Play direct, go the old Sam Allardyce route. Gravy ball. Bournemouth are in again here, this could be 4. Oh, it's good defending by Jake O'Brien again. Taxi for O'Brien, says Jay. Cal, are you watching the United game? I'm not, Cal. I'm sorry, mate. No, it's too late for me, that one. I won't be watching the United game. Baris, hi, bro. How are you? I am very good, man. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for joining the channel. Go and give us a like, if you will, on YouTube. Premier League Dad. Give us a sub. Sorry, I've got to plug sometime. I have got to plug it sometime. I don't do it enough, I'm told. ZQXV, do you think you'll do the Tyne and Weir derby? I promise you I will do all of the big derbies this season. I'll do all of them. 124, how are you, mate? I'm good, man. I'm really good, thank you. How are you? JEFC says it'll be 3-3 this watch. Well, do you know what? Funnily enough, our chess grandmaster from Turkey, Tolga, who comes in the chat, he said Everton will not lose this. He said Everton or draw, double chance. That was what he said. Tolga comes into our chat, just to inform you all of who Tolga is. Tolga comes into our chat and says that football is theatre. He says that football is literally data on a spreadsheet. It's all predicted, and it's all theatre. He tells us every single time that he can predict it. Not like 100% accuracy, but he can predict it to within. And to be fair, he's given us some absolute gold. He has given us some gold. So if we'd have bet on it, we'd have probably made a fortune. So he doesn't get a lot wrong. He really doesn't get a lot wrong. Kind of upsets me a little bit because I'd hate to think that football is just pre-planned and scripted. But he argues that it is. Now, he said that Everton wouldn't lose this one. So either we're about to see the best comeback ever, or Tolga's got one of his rare ones wrong. Normal guy, I just woke up from my nap. Oh, you've not missed much. Daz Reynolds, thoughts on today's game? Also, when will the new guy get minutes? Ekatiki, I imagine, starts against... Irabunam's gone off it. Ekatiki starts against Yokohama F. Marinos. Beto has gone off. Irabunam's gone off. Beto's gone off. And Illiman and Dye has gone off. Interesting. So, Chimiti and... Armstrong has come on. Chimiti, Armstrong and Tierno Barry making his debut only for the last 15 minutes. Interesting that Tierno Barry only gets 15 minutes at the end here. Simon, if you look on the bench, it's mostly under 21s and 18. Yeah, no, I agree. Harrison Armstrong will be a good one to watch this season. I think he'll get more minutes for Everton. He seems well liked and yeah, you're definitely short in midfield, aren't you? So I imagine if you don't go and sign £200 million worth of talent, then chances are Harrison Armstrong probably does get a fair bit of footy, doesn't he? I think he probably does get a bit of game time. AKD, got to go now, guys. Up the toffees. AKD, thanks for being in, mate. Give us a like and a subscribe if you haven't already, mate. Really appreciate it. Simon, Heath looks sound. I've not seen much of Heath, but I've heard good things. There's a few good young players in that Everton side. I tell you what, really, really poor that from Neto, and very, very good pressing from Barry. Was it Barry or was it Chimiti, actually? I don't know who's the furthest forward. But we nearly had another howler there. The ball got played back to Neto. Neto dallied and dillied on the ball. And whoever the forward was, whether it was Barry or Neto, they chased him down and they got a foot to it. They got a foot to it just as he cleared it away. Thankfully, for Bournemouth at least, it didn't go anywhere. It ended up going out towards the throw-in line. But certainly a cause for concern. AKD, I'm subscribed. Good, thank you very, very much. Appreciate that, man. Ferixi, do you support Everton? I don't support Everton, no. I'm a Liverpool fan, believe it or not. Endu Wimana, goal Everton 1-3. Well, no, you're telling porky pies. I know you might think that's funny, but it's not. Come on, you Blues, says Jay. Jay, what channel is this on? It's on Sky Sports, mate. Bocker, Leeds fan here. Are you lot missing Harrison? Going to be interesting the first game. We were talking about this earlier, mate. See, I'm not an Everton fan, by the way. I'm a Liverpool fan. We've got a lot of Everton fans in the chat right now, and we were talking earlier about Jack Harrison and how he didn't really pull up any trees last season for Everton, or even the season before, to be honest. I think he was just a cheap loan option, you know. He's only got a year left on his contract with you, lads. Am I right in saying that, Boca? I can't see him going back to Everton, but yeah, they do definitely need width. They need pace up front and pace in the wide areas. So, I mean, you never know. Maybe Harrison does end up back at Everton if they're really, really short by the end of the window. But I somehow can't see it. 1-2-4 and die to Forest. Here we go. Can't see it. James Heaney goal, Everton 4-3. Hey, wishful thinking. Billing picks the ball up, spreads it over to the far side. Really, really good play. And very good defending by Mikalenko. It's gone behind. It's going to be a goal kick. ZQXV. Asula will be the best striker in the world now he has Elanga with him. Yeah, I don't mind Elanga. Asula's a good young player as well. West Ham youngsters here watching this. But yeah, West Ham players are still on the touchline watching this. Simon, I hope he don't come back even if we are short. Beggars can't be choosers though, mate. If it gets towards the end of the window and you've not really signed anyone, you might be better off taking Jack Harrison. Is it not better the devil you know? Is it not better to... Oh Christ, you got United players are stood there watching. Matthias Cunha's signing autographs for players in the crowd, for fans in the crowd here, Everton fans. Boca, his wages doubled when we went up. He's on $4.5 million till 2028. Oh, he's going nowhere then. He's on the old Rashford thing, isn't he? There's no way he's going anywhere. He's staying and seeing his contract out. Fair play to him, I guess. He's earned it. Okay. Okay, we're into the last 10 minutes here. Where is this game? Is it MetLife? Yes, it is MetLife. It's MetLife in New Jersey. Simon, rather have the tea lady play than Harrison. I mean, he was a wide player, you know. He wasn't terrible. I mean, at least depth. I'm not saying he's brilliant, but someone who you can call on as a bit of pace in the last few minutes, and just someone who'll carry the ball for you. It's got to be better than having no one. If you can get him for free or on loan. Plucky Panda, no Everton goals. Sadly, no. I really did think that we'd get both teams to score in this one. It's going to be another 3 changes for Bournemouth here. Another 3 changes. ZQXV, that's why United and West Ham players are there. They are playing there. That's probably why then, yeah. I didn't know they were playing straight on this pitch. Adama, hello Key, did I know... Oh, didn't know this was on. Hope you're good. Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Boca, did you ever play him in his best position? Left back in the changing room. No, well, I mean, he started mostly from the right, didn't he? Right wing was where Everton normally played him. One, two, four, proper fan base coming along, mate. Adama smashing, brother. Well, we're into the last 10 minutes here. I think I can't see it changing, to be honest. I mean, Bournemouth, they're making loads of changes. They've not really had too many chances since they went 3-0 up, and the third goal was put on a plate for him. You could argue 2 of tonight's goals have been absolutely Yeah, I've been gifted, absolutely gifted to Bournemouth by Everton. AKD, do you play football, Premier League dad? My name's Kee, by the way. I should really put it somewhere on the screen, shouldn't I? The amount of people who come on and call me dad. It's like, Tierno Barry's in. Oh, good defending from Zabani. I guess that's why PSG want him for 60 million quid. He just got goal side, did really, really well there. But Barry was in then. He was in. 1-on-1 with a keeper. Just couldn't quite get it. Do I play football? I don't, to be honest, mate. No, not anymore. I used to play football 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week. Up to about maybe 10 years ago, I would say. My mid-20s. Up to about my mid-20s. Then I started getting a pretty serious career. And I was doing really well in my career. And at that point, then I got a missus. I've been with my wife now 10 years. You get a missus and all your mates get older and you can't really organise a game of footy. It becomes incredibly difficult to get a bunch of 10 lads who you know for a 5-a-side. It becomes really, really difficult. You need to give them like 6 months notice. So, yeah, I used to go from playing like 3, 4 times a week to barely playing. I used to play like once, maybe on a weekend and stuff. I used to play 5-a-side on a weekend up to a few years ago, but I haven't played for a while now. I haven't played for a while. That's probably why I gained a load of weight. I banged a load of weight on. And believe it or not, this is me having lost a load of weight. I lost 5 stone. I'm still losing weight, but I've shifted 5 stone. It's coming off slowly but surely. AKD, I live in Portishead. Nice. Can't say I've been to Portishead. Tierno Barry with a nice little cameo there, a little flick past Chris Mepham, and he was dragged back. Everton fans will be looking to see a little bit more of that. Our football team is good. Nice. I'd like to play more. I'd like to get back playing more. Shot from distance. Good save. Well, straight down his throat, really. Easy save from Neto, that. Easy peasy. Caleb, I got braces today. They kill. Oh God. I don't envy you, mate. Plucky Panda, congratulations on dropping 5 stone. Still got a bit to go, mate. Still got a bit to go. Still a chunky monkey. But hey, the wife signed up. She's married now. So she's set for life. Ball in. Bournemouth should be 4. Oh, it's a good save from Pickford. That really should have been 4. Very, very nice from Bournemouth. Boca, are they playing with intensity? Everton haven't played with any intensity in the second half. No. If I'm really honest, I think the goals have probably taken it out of Everton. They played all right in the first half, Everton. There was a little bit of a game to it. It wasn't particularly easy on the eye, but Bournemouth came out in the second half. They scored 1 and then a second very, very quickly, and that just took the wind out of Everton's sails. At that point, it ceased to be a contest, I would say. And now it looks more like Bournemouth are going to get a 4th than Everton are going to get 1 back. ZQXV, I don't know if I'll watch tomorrow's final. I've got to go and get a new puppy for my birthday. Bloody hell, mate, that's nice. Do you know what puppy you're getting? That's cool. Thank you for liking the live. Appreciate it. If you can, give us a like and a subscribe. We'll be wrapping up immediately at full time here. There's only 5 minutes or so left. So if you are planning on coming back to watch any of our lives in future, if you have enjoyed this, please do give us a like and a subscribe. It takes you 2 seconds. It costs you nothing, but it helps me immensely. I quit my job to do this, would you believe? Took a very, very foolish decision. I was working in Liverpool city centre. I quit to do this. Believe it or not. So, yeah, if you want to help a poor guy out, give us a like, give us a subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it'll mean an awful lot to me. Adama, really looking forward to the season, looking forward to the Bilbao games with my boys. Oh, you going the Bilbao games? Nice. I'm live for both of them. I'm doing both of those. Looking forward to it. Caleb, what did you do before this? I was a sales director in Liverpool. Yeah, I was a sales director in Liverpool. I worked in advertising for a while. Yeah, did well. Did okay. Sam says this is a better job. Well, it's halfway up. Sorry, it's at the bottom of a ladder that I want to climb rather than halfway up one that I don't. So, when I worked in Liverpool and I was doing well, it didn't really... It means nothing, does it, if you can't see your little girl and you don't really spend time with her apart from on a weekend when you're knackered because you've been working all week. And we had loads of money, we had a lovely house, you go on nice holidays, but it don't really mean anything. I've been skint and I've been... Well, I've not been rich, but I've been skint and I've done all right, and I prefer skint every day of the week. Every single day of the week. It's nice if you've got money, but more important things, I promise you. AKD, do you live in Liverpool? No, I was born about 15-20 minutes away from Anfield, and I live... Well, I grew up in St Helens. I'm a wool. I'm not a Scouser. I'm a wool. Every bit of wool. Long ball up the touchline. Bournemouth, again, good defending. Chimity and Barry kind of isolated, to be honest. There's not really much support from that Everton midfield. Joe, weren't you meant to be the next Stevie Gerrard? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Everton are shite, aren't they? They've been unlucky, I think. They did all right in the first half. Yeah, they did all right in the first half, but once the goals went in, like I said, it just killed the game. There's going to be 3 minutes of added on time at the end of this second half. 3 minutes of added on time, and then the game will, to Everton's delight, I imagine, be finito. Said QXV, I got a Fox Red Lab for Christmas, but I've convinced myself to get another. Oh, mate, don't again. I don't want to talk about dogs, but believe me, it's nothing more painful having put your dog down. We spent basically all of our savings on our dog last year. Back legs went. Got a little sausage dog, and his back legs went. And we got told, you can either put him down, he's only 6, either put him down, or it's going to be £8,000 for an operation that'll save his life. And stupid me, well, not stupid, I would do it again, I'm soft. But yeah, we spent basically all of our savings on that. And he's still here. AKD, bye guys, I've got to go now. Take it easy, man. Take it easy. Good to see you. Good to have you on the channel. Hopefully you come back again in future. Adama, Laffit, Everton down in their new pizza oven built. This Everton stadium, a good stadium. It'd be all like that. Be a good stadium. Once they get everything sorted, they need to sort the infrastructure around it. They do need to sort the infrastructure around it. Lots of issues with transport, getting to and from the stadium, parking, the club shop, all that stuff. It's not really, don't feel like it's been thought through all that much yet. Maybe it'll take a season or so to get get all the teething problems out. But yeah, get Big Joe Anderson back on it. Right, we've got 60 seconds left here at the end of this second half. We're very, very nearly at the end of this game. Sam McNeil says, ha ha ha, up the cherries. It's been a comfortable win for Bournemouth. 2 very, very good goals from Dango and Philip Billing, and the third one from young Adu J, who just came on the pitch. Just a really, really pathetic goal to concede, really, from Jake O'Brien. Out of character, it's also got to be said. Jake O'Brien's he's been a decent defender for Everton, so, you know, don't want to give him too much hate, not too much shade, but he'll be disappointed with that one. Crispin, poor puppy dog, and that's good. Mine's got to have an op on the 20th, bless her. They worry us, don't they? That's it, mate, yeah, absolutely, Crispin, that's it. Yeah, they cost you a fortune, you're up all night worrying. Plucky, the Liverpool mayor, is a red, isn't he? I blame him for bad infrastructure around the stadium. Right, there you go, full-time. Callum LFC just added a Rangers and Celtic shirt to my collection. Keeler, nice, Callum, I like it. Good lad. Right, ZQXV, I'll see you in your next live, mate. Have a good night. Yeah, take it easy, 124. Lots of love. Right, I am off. I really appreciate everyone for giving us a like and a subscribe. Again, if you haven't, just click just please do us a favour. Click the like and a subscribe. It massively helps the channel. You'd be helping me. You'd be doing me a solid. And I know I'm a red. I am a red, but help us out if you can. And hopefully we'll see you all on the next one. We're going to be doing more Bournemouth games, more Everton games, plenty more pre-season games. And yeah, if you're sticking around for tomorrow's Anderlecht against Westerlo, or maybe the England women, the Lionesses against Spain, I'll be doing both of them games tomorrow. So maybe I'll see a few of you for that. If not, then maybe I'll see you on one in the future. Take it easy. Have a nice night. Enjoy your rest of your Saturday night, whatever you're doing. And take it easy. See you soon.